Hello.
Yeah.
Ruby. I need a substantial
Little Brown Street, but it's
show where all the celebrities of my heart really recently, and I've been telling them. But honestly, I say, God, thank you for putting my life on weird mode. Except that some old beef mean who are so much desperate, to like move up on YouTube. You could always just pick a fight with a larger channel and. Hello everyone, welcome. Did you not see the stream last night? Because I actually find it to be more interesting. Oh my god, that's horrible. You missed the most important part. Eva had from when I just met the dwarf. Ben, I'm like, what are you talking about? $100? What?
I said I make more money than you.
Cleaned up and ready. What do they call Team Star? Team.
He's gonna hire me, by the way, but.
Hello. Hi, what is up, people? Sorry if you saw my getting ready with me stream. I did kind of jump over here quickly, so I forgot to add myself to the stage first. And then dude, I literally need, I don't know how I've made it this far, quite frankly. But let me just get settled in here. How is everyone? And welcome to episode 24 of Celebrity Sunday. We have a lot to talk about, okay? So first off, we're going to be talking about the Kanye Bianca Sensori divorce. And I did some research on her to see what her deal is, because there's a couple different ways you can look at that situation. And then I also wanted to cover the troubling rise of female school shooters, social contagion, and how the recent there was a school shooter whose plan was stopped by the FBI, and she, I believe, could have been potentially a victim of two different social contagions. But first off, let's get our hellos in. I'm not even sitting properly. I was moving things around because, well, you can't, it doesn't look as clean now, but I did more cleaning. Okay. Listen, it's a lot of progress. That floor was covered with garbage. All right. You're unbanned for now, writer. Hi, what is up, people? So, if you're watching yesterday's stream, I actually took a pretty bad fall. And if you could see on my face, I fucking landed right on my chin. And it actually happened on stream, so we can watch a couple of that real quick too. Let me pull that up real quick so I can just get my fucking. I hate my laptop. I quit. I hate it. I hate this. It just zoomed in and now it won't zoom out. Wait, I'm not gonna threaten. That's the old Ruby. The new Ruby stays calm and fixes it. Why crazy? Why crazy? All right, let's get into the little thingies over here. Oh, actually, first off, this is Jisoo just had a comeback, and I'm fucking obsessed with it. Just listen to the first few seconds of this while I go.
It hits me like an earthquake. 빠르게 my heart race. 온몸이 떨려 can't stand. 널 부정할 수 없게. I think I'm
I want to move to my phone for this. Sucks. I hate this seating. I was trying to fix it, and while I was fixing it, I hit my cigarette on ow, on my fucking thing. Now my sock. This is the most chaotic start ever. I hate this chair. It sucks. I'm too old to be sitting weird like this. What is this shit? Anyway. All of a sudden, I feel a little shy because I've been so chaotic. So I would like to recompose myself and talk to chat for a moment. Hi. Actually, let me show you a video. I have some very, very, very exciting news. On the 28th, I will be going to see Baby Monster, and I'm bringing you with me, chats. So Baby Monster, they are YG's newer K-pop group. So YG is the entertainment company that Blackpink is under, aka the biggest girl group in the world. Like probably 20 times more successful than the Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, all that shit ever was. Their videos get like billions of views. But so Baby Monster is like filling their shoes, and they've been killing it. I'm like constantly playing their music, and they are actually featured in the video of me slipping. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I uploaded that. I at least have it in my YouTube shorts, because in order to upload videos to StreamYard, I had to like first upload them in another app to like reconvert them to MP4 format, and then that was all fucking thing. But anyway, this is Baby Monster.
You know I'm not talking cash. Got a thing that's only mine. And I watch your eyes go green. I can feel your jealousy. Up here in the sky, sky. Oh, look at me. I woke up feeling like a billionaire. World is mine, yeah, life is so unfair. Money don't compare. I got so
And if you recognize, I was singing that like right as I fell and smashed my face. Thank God I didn't lose any teeth. I didn't even think of that. And someone said it in on the Discord. Hi. Well, I also usually have a carpet on the floor, but I like something broke and like exploded everywhere. I don't even know what. It was like wood chips and cigarettes everywhere. Total crazy. Let me show you the video though, because I did upload it to my YouTube shorts. Literally nothing is set up here. I shouldn't have even done a get ready with me stream. All I did was distract myself, do my hair poorly, and then be late for the show and show up as a disaster. Nothing's all morning. I was like getting ready the info. Do you want to know what the fucking info looks like? Do you want to see my docket? I guess this works. All right, let me just pick somewhere to start. Okay, Lolcow Queens. So, as we all know, the show has gone completely kind of, well, it's been off the rails since day one, actually. It was always kind of a doomed project. But the real blood of the show that keeps it going is Becky Boop, who was a YouTuber who didn't find much success, and that's why she was offered this role to be in the show, is because she's like, quote, like a failed YouTuber or whatever. But there's no, these people all are like near my age or older, and I can't handle the stress and cortisol of watching, and they're all fucking huge and overweight and have health issues. It just seems like such a horrific situation. And now I can't see fucking chat. Dude, I'm about to fucking get off this. The laptop doesn't even work. I hate this. I'm gonna have to take this fucking off the dude. I hate this. I'm having a real urge to fucking rage quit. I'm not gonna do it because that's the old Ruby. The new Ruby works through problems. I just do not really have a good laptop setup. Yeah, I don't know. This is hard to know what to do. I don't know why everything is tiny and will not go like back to the way that it was. I can't even see chat right now. What the fuck? Sorry, guys. Let me fix this up. This is what happens when I like rush. I shouldn't have done the stream before this because I had no time to set anything up and everything's fucked. Dude, I need to go. I'm going to put it up on my phone and come back to it. Oh my God. Becky is very talented. Doesn't deserve to be treated like trash on that show. She is. She literally is. And the abuse, you've seen her have like real tears and like meltdowns on the show. Wait, let me see if I can take myself like off of the. There we go. This works. Honestly, this is my preferred mode of existence, is to be pacing around. But let me just do this for a second while I get myself together, and then I'll reattempt to use the laptop. Hey, what is up? Dude, I would like rushed straight from like a get ready with me stream into my setup, and everything like went wrong and set on fire, and then my laptop just like froze in like some weird thing where I couldn't click anything and made some sense. And I have a low stress threshold with electronics. I got very frustrated, and everything I own is broken, and just balancing on more broken things on top of more broken things on more broken things. We had a pretty wild stream last night on Lowe's channel. I also, here's another bit of context / excuse for me being chaotic. I like just got my period. It fucking hurts. I smashed my face in. You can see I covered it with makeup, but you can see the bruise is like just starting to appear. I could be concussed for all we know. I don't know. I just lost all interest in doing any of this. Because now I can't even pull up the stupid clips. I would rather just schizo stream. This was going to be such... I literally spent hours and hours like trying to organize like info and... Well, we could get back to that. I'm not saying that it's... We're only 12 minutes in, okay? I'm not quitting. Okay, I just moved to my phone because I need to calm down so I can address my computer in a calm state and try to see if I can get it unfrozen so that I can just operate it normally. You probably are for real. Now I can't pull. I thought I uploaded the video of me falling, but apparently like none of the videos, I spent hours changing the type of file they were, none of them fucking uploaded. Actually, okay, so there's 3 uploaded. There was like the baby monster one. So anyway, sorry to be such a bummer because I am super fucking excited to see baby monster, and now I just have to raise money to pay for the rest of the hotel, but I almost have enough just as is. So I don't know. It'll be really fun. And since I'm going solo, I can stream it. Because no one I know consents to being streamed. Because why would they? Why would they? This is all crazy. Just a bunch of humiliation rituals. And I'm just the softer version of it saying those ones are bad. Nah. Restart laptop and regroup. Yeah, just also like I know where I put all the links. Anyway. Well, I just all of a sudden lost total interest and focus and can't think of anything. I guess I can look at my notes. But I just don't even want to. I'm a little bitch. Do you know what my issue is with jobs is I've gone through a bunch of jobs because I would just walk out. I would like be the best worker they ever had, you know, meanwhile like just like internalizing like major psychological pain from being in food service until I would snap. Hey, what's up? All right, let me restart my laptop. Oh, look at me. Oh, look up. And I just like had to move. Everything is just dumb. The way I do it is hard and dumb. And I'm sick of it. Yeah, people. I'll may as well just drop the link because I don't know why. I have my period, so I'm like, I don't know why that like just threw me into a fucking mental breakdown. Zay Zooted is streaming on Gaming Lolcow. Oh, one of the things I want to talk about with Lolcow Queens is that I think the treatment of Zay Zooted is like totally fucking unfair. And I actually have been impressed watching her more and more. She's shown real talent in streaming. And do you know why? Because people who've also done like webcam modeling and OnlyFans or Chatterbait, it's the same as this, except with a sex element. Like there's a lot of similarities in how the promotion works, how you have to keep things going, like how you have to keep talking and move things along and network and do this and that, and blah 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 blah. So there's some skills there that like transfer over. Oh, thank you, BB, for the $4. Said I'm PMSing too. I mean, I don't know. It totally ruined my brain, and I can't find it in me to figure this out right now. I'm streaming right now. We're watching you. No, please, because this has already just been a disaster episode because my computer fucking stopped working, and I hate using it. I hate my setup. It's so stupid, and everything's broken, and I'm constantly setting on fucking fire. Like, I don't know. I need to. I can't. All right. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm just gonna play a clip and let's just fucking react to it. Everything's horrible. I suck at this. But thank you for enabling me to continue this shit show and for buying me tickets to see Espa, because that actually does rock. But I just get very frustrated with the technical side of things, and it's just a reminder that like everything is broken and fucked up and backwards and everything's fucked up in my life, and it's just hard to deal with everything. It just seems like everything that everyone else does easily is like really hard for me, and I don't know why. I just literally don't know why. It's very frustrating when you're trying really hard and it just isn't happening. I feel like broadly I've been doing good. Better be nothing but Bibles and holy water. There is actually a miniature Bible on it. I just all of a sudden just don't give a fuck about any of this. I'm so sorry. I can't find the fuck inside of me. You're doing great. I mean, I do think broadly, yeah, I've been kind of killing it in the content zone. I did actually spend a lot of time preparing something for this episode, and I just do not give a fuck anymore. I don't care. I don't care about any of the topics anymore. It'll come back to me probably, maybe, but as of right now, I don't give a fuck. I just want to sit here and bitch and whatever. So, thank God.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? No.
Sorry, I forgot my audio was off. I didn't hear
How you good?
What is
Are you
up,
okay?
guys? Ruby? Hello, Ruby.
you. Hi.
How you
What's
been
up?
doing, though?
I've been broadly doing really well, but I got my period and I fell on my face and I probably had a concussion, and I don't know. I just wanted to have like a nice, tight, real good episode, and instantly everything electronic went wrong, and I started 2 fires in 5 fucking minutes. There's no way I'm gonna make it out here, dog.
You're gonna make it.
I don't know.
You need to walk.
Everything's gonna be okay, Ruby. You know.
I know, and I have generally high spirits, but right now I'm having emotion and like physical pain that sucks dick.
Yeah.
Okay. Physical pain. Like you're not getting headaches.
I actually did have a headache, but Stevie, you sound a little digital. Hopefully that's not my concussion.
How do I sound now?
All right, let's just fucking watch that video of me falling so people can even know what's wrong with me. Because this might help everyone make sense of... Let's just go with concussion and not me just not being good at this. Okay, let me pull this
You
up.
should rename it influencer balls or something like that.
Stevie, your audio is definitely like weird. Chat, is it weird?
Oh,
Is anyone...
hold up. I think I know.
Hey, Ruby, can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, you sound fine.
How about me now? Am I good now?
It sounds a lot better, yeah.
Yeah. I
The one in the chat says someone the background noise. I'll mute.
And yes, I was.
Oh yeah. When the TV's on in the background, can be a little
Yeah.
distracting.
Sorry.
All right. Well, let me show the people. I thought I had the video uploaded already, but nothing went
No, it's
through.
there.
Even though I spent literally like hours trying to fucking modify these annoying files. I get so annoyed with that, like tedious little things like that. Just fucking piss me off. All right. So this is what happened yesterday.
Oh God. Oh. Oh.
This
Ow,
where it all
that
landed, the
sucks.
full weight right here. And I should have like showed after I was covered in snow. You hear that like grunt, like that hurt, dog. That fucking hurt.
Oh, bitch, that sucks.
Did you see any flashes or?
No, the thing is,
Okay.
I don't think I would get a concussion. I hit like here though, you know, but like I don't know, maybe the force of like just the, you know, the jerk of it with my like already like barely functioning brain. It was just like, dude, I don't know. I don't think I have a concussion. I think I'm just like have a violent period. Sorry to be a TMI, but that's my reality. It's violence in my. It sucks. I don't like it. Ruby walked in front of another moving vehicle. Nope. As you just saw, that was me getting distracted by singing. You might recognize a melody from that video. It's a certain group I'm seeing on the 28th in Newark.
You know I'm not talking cash. Got a thing that's only mine. And I want your eyes go green. I can feel your jealousy. Up here in the sky. Oh, look at me. I woke up feeling like a billionaire. World is mine, yeah, life is so unfair. Money don't compare. I got some.
Do you recognize it? I was saying, whatever. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Ruby, the brain is basically Jello in the soul. What do you have going for you that is that you didn't start posturing, breathing abnormally, you didn't lose consciousness?
Yeah.
No, I was fine. But yeah, sometimes concussion, I don't fucking know. The concussion theory, I don't know. We just pulled this out of nowhere because I am obviously confused. But I think that's just a me issue, and I'm not sure what it is. You know, it's.
I remember when you first like walked out of the apartment. I'm like, because you're dancing around. I'm like, I was about to type like don't fall, but I didn't think it would happen or something like that.
I think a couple people noticed that I was like, I was walking outside, it was snowing, it was slippery, and I was like, doing some maneuvers that were obviously, it was going to be a disaster. I was way overconfident. You can still have a concussion. Well, maybe I fucking do.
I had a concussion when I was a teenager. I didn't know it was a concussion at the time because it was in football, and basically like my idea of a concussion back then was when the person was like out of it, like they didn't know where they were or anything. But it turns out like I basically got hit so hard, like a giant flash like went before my face, and like I was just seeing dots for like 5 seconds or something.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, any brain injury shit that freaks me out because if you get like your brain injured in certain points, that can actually impact your behavior.
That's what it's like. Was it that Hernandez? He played for the Patriots. He ended up murdering somebody, and then he hanged himself in prison. And basically they did an autopsy, and like his brain was basically like the mind of a kid or something. Chris Benoit,
Really?
the wrestler who murdered his
They've
family.
definitely had those like on they've used it in like criminal like proceedings before.
Mhm.
If like a kid, that's why we think like Ben had encephalitis or probably has some kind of brain injury, and that's why he's so sociopathic and pathologically retarded.
Yeah, Chris Benoit, the wrestler, his finishing move was like the diving headbutt. So he would just jump and land his head on somebody over and over to the point that he ended up like getting CTE. It's believed that he had CTE and ended up like murdering. He murdered his family basically, and then they did an autopsy, and he basically like had the mind of like an 8-year-old kid. His brain was like mush basically.
Yeah, that freaks me out. All right, I want to pull up one of these Lolcow videos. I had it like all a section recorded, but the whole episode is the night. I'll show you the first episode where I was like, I don't even think I can watch this anymore, especially since I've been spending more time focusing on like more positive things and like trying to lean into things that I enjoy and not just like fixing it on things that I hate. Like I feel like I absorb the negativity more, and it's just like it just doesn't feel good or relaxing or enjoying. It just like makes me feel sad about everything, the whole fucking situation. Dude, there's so many fucking episodes already.
They stream like every day or some shit, or
Yeah.
I don't understand how people can just watch this over and over, or just nonstop. Shut the fuck up, Becky.
Yeah. I know, that's literally, well, I mean, I think Becky is a dynamic performer and has like a lot of funny moments, but Tina, I don't understand why they think she's so locked in as this like Lolcow icon. I had never ever heard of her before this, and she's just known for being the neighbor of someone who is famous for being angry all the time. Like, I don't know, it seems like a stretch, but here it is. It was over the Bridget shit. Oh, here's some shit. Fuck Bridget seems like such a cunt. I'm sorry to say that because that's anti-positive, but wow. She was just being nasty to Becky, like cruel and bizarre. I think this was that
Take
episode.
shit from the people who are part of the show. I was dealing with Jesse because he managed to not cross the line, but this fucking bitch did.
And also this guy, McJuggernuts in the corner, who's famous for his dad breaking his video games. Fuck you, dude. You suck. You suck. You suck. He was
really,
just sitting there, egging on the
Is this-
humiliation, being like just insulting her and just like he was horrible this whole episode. It was disgusting. And where the fuck does he get off? He got famous for his dad breaking his video games. Eat my dick. Fuck you and Kid Behind the Camera's famous for his dad being famous for being angry. You guys didn't make shit. You hanging on to some coattails and then you just have no conscience, so you lie and exploit your fucking vulnerable audiences over and over and over because they're dumb. I think it's crazy. I think it's wrong. I don't like Kid Behind the Camera. Becky's cool. Tina, I don't get it, and I probably don't like her. Also, if you notice, she hates every female but Brantley, which is like convenient. Like, oh, your boss is like, come on, fuck you, bitch. Like, Like, she's such a like kiss up, punch down kind of like fake fucking person. Ugh. Anyway, we can watch what got me kind of revved up because I was going back to see the moment where I fell off this show. So let's all review it together.
I do remember McJuggernuggets. I used to watch his videos.
I didn't know who he was, then I looked him up. So then, knowing his backstory, the pure fucking audacity he has to be saying she's some failed YouTuber. Oh, she should be eating cat food and be happy about it because what the fuck else is she good for in her messy fucking house whore? And all four of them were just ganging up at her until she broke down crying and walked off the stage for fucking 45 minutes. It's that part wasn't scripted. Like, people don't understand just because some things are scripted doesn't mean it all is. And I have a fucking issue with the fucked up shit that is not scripted. Okay? Dude, and these channels are retarded. Tina's like these dickwads and their big fucking like egos and attitudes over their like infamy that they fucking like just exploit people for money. They're all YouTube scam artists. Like, I'm sorry, that's just the vibe. But I don't want to, you know, I'm kind of firing out a lot of shots right now. I don't really want to.
This dude calls himself Juggernaut.
Dude, he pissed me he pissed me the fuck off, dude. His whole fucking demeanor and smug fucking attitude towards Becky, like he's so much better than her. Why? Because your daddy smashed your video games? Yeah, that got millions of views. Do people not understand the difference between something getting like millions of views because it's like a good piece of artwork and it's gonna like make an impact and people remember it versus a million views because you're a fucking car crash and people try to forget it, you know? Like, there's different levels of fame, and all this internet fame bullshit is this deep. Oh, it's so much more pathetic. It's so much worse. It's just, this whole streaming world is so much more depraved than I could have ever thought, to be perfectly honest.
Carolina is 15.
So she'd walked off for a while. You can see
Said, oh no,
not
okay. They said,
there.
is this dude?
In 7 years makes. I don't want to hear it. This is all.
And because she kept saying she was trying to set a boundary on the show. I didn't say I would do that. Nope. I said that my house is off limits or this is off limits. And then when she's on the show, on the spot, they're pushing and pushing and pushing, you know, and acting like, oh, you don't earn your spot on the show unless you fucking dump honey all over your tits and then like eat a fucking placenta from someone's asshole. What is this shit?
That dude's face.
Oh, also, I don't know his status on substance, but I'm sorry, it's giving pilled the fuck out. It's giving pilled the fuck out. He looks like my OxyContin dealer. I'm sorry. I think they're all kind of messed up, and I'm a messed up person too. So I'm not saying that, you know, it's some huge, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm as bad as that. Also, be careful not to set my hair on fire because there's candles behind me and everything is. I just lack like spatial awareness. I think there's like maybe I damaged some part of my brain that like controls like motor function and like spatial awareness because there's obviously an issue. Anyway, let's
Becky.
Who doesn't like compliments?
You wouldn't know.
You have an oxy dealer? I'm talking about Pat, obviously. No.
I really don't see
I've
how
been
this
clean
is
for almost
fun.
2 years.
It's not since Bridget came here. She fucking ruined the mood.
Well, no, my leg
Seriously.
actually ripped wide open and I had to get it closed back up. So I'm probably going to have to go to a surgeon.
Also, Bridget sounded so insecure in this whole video. She was just like, well, let me just play it because nobody even knows what I'm talking about unless they've seen this. I'll go back a little so you can see the part where she walks off.
You've heard I'm a real Harvard graduate, but people
You're
like to
not.
tear. Yeah, I am. You can call fucking Harvard and find out, bitch. Call Harvard and find out, bitch.
I actually, no offense to Becky, I thought that she had maybe gotten like one of those programs where you don't actually go to Harvard, but you do like one of their business schools or something, and it's like a certificate. But she said she actually went and got a master's, and the reason she hasn't been able to do other jobs is because of her health issues, and that I can relate to as someone who's had a lot of mental and physical health issues that have interrupted my employment on and off. And I'm not in a vastly different situation than Becky is, you know? So at the end of the day, she's my girl. And I think the show's doing her dirty. She could do her own fucking show, similar style to it. And I don't know, man.
Do you know Bridget West? She only had 2 kids.
Is that the girlfriend?
She had Mia and Mikey.
Oh, okay. I don't know the.
You probably don't even know how to Google Harvard's phone number, idiots.
Oh yeah, okay.
I am the Alice of the Brady Bunch situation right now. I'm just in the middle, and I'm just kind of like.
Look, if you went to Harvard, you would not be living like that. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know nothing.
You're
you know
fucking
absolutely
dumb
nothing.
person.
A lot of the most successful people in the world are dysfunctional. Just look at Elon fucking Musk. What the fuck? I can't even talk. Elon Musk,
Becky.
Donald Trump. Look at any of them, all right?
Musk can walk inside of
And the reason why I'm
Sorry.
not working a corporate career is because I have health issues. But despite my health issues, as usual, I'm the one carrying all the fucking weight and doing all the work here. What the fuck are you doing, Bridget, except leaving your camera off because you don't want to look fat and talking shit? Turn your camera on, bitch. Turn it on. Turn it on or get
Wouldn't
the
turn
fuck
it on.
out.
I'd be pissed too.
Yeah.
Becky,
Are you turning it on?
But you won't
Are you
clean your
turning it on?
house.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
$20. Bridget is annoying. Michael deserves better.
Yeah, now I know why you're
Jesse
divorcing
has
that
looks and
cunt.
energy. Tina, Becky, Michael, you are all LOL. Cows get jumping. Cow, 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 cow.
I'm sick of that bitch talking shit when she hasn't earned the right. Absolutely fucking not.
Did you drag her out?
Yes.
Oh, holy!
I sure as fuck did.
Becky's show. She should be allowed to do that.
Did you learn your lesson, Bridget?
Flex on
Did
her.
you learn
Flex
your
on her,
fucking
Bridget.
lesson, you talking, gaping vagina?
Who has a gaping vagina?
You.
It's not me. It's definitely you.
Well, let me-
girl.
Let
Absolutely
me tell you
fucking
something,
you.
okay? I'll defend that vagina for a second. Okay, it is primo. Okay.
So McJuggernuggets, you want to know what kind of person I am?
Oh yeah, that 15-year-old pussy is primo. Fuck this guy. I'm sorry. Not even opening that can of worms, but she was 15 when they met, and he's like, you don't understand. What am I supposed to do? Like, ID every girl when I go on a date? Fuck you, dude. She looked like a 12-year-old in the pictures I've seen. Like, does anyone have, there's like literally pictures of that time. She looks on the cusp of puberty. Come on. Man, I'm going to get banned from Lolcow Discord. I feel it. I might be going a bit.
Nutshell, I'm not the kind of person who takes shit from somebody who hasn't earned giving it, Bridget. Talk
What?
some more shit. Talk some more shit.
I don't know.
just got
All I
15
heard was
years
that you played
of
like Wolf Among Us and Walking Dead, and
That's
then
true.
you reacted to the React people. Like, what? I don't understand what you've done.
Those are the main things I did.
Coming from the jackass who's famous for having his video games broken by his dad when he was 12 and hasn't done shit since then, but come up on the Lolcow show, he's gonna come at her for actually making content. Yeah, if it's React videos or whatever, that's better than having your dad fucking break your fucking Xbox every day. What the fuck? The audacity, the narcissism, the depravity. Wow.
Did on YouTube back in the day before I quit, but I was very well known but not as obviously not at your guys' level. That's why I'm a failed YouTuber, aka Lolcow now. But that's
Yeah, I
also
don't
Bridget.
think you
I'm
have
not
enough,
talking to you.
Clout to talk to Bridget.
No
though.
one
Super
on
chatted
this
allowed to talk.
fucking panel has built shit right now. But actually, Becky, ironically, those 3 jackasses all held on to someone else's coattails. And they're coming at her. She must really want to keep the job for her not pointing out that very obvious. But, you know, I guess my kid behind the camera is technically kind of her boss. That guy's her boss. That guy, like, there's the first red flag. Just look at him, man.
However the fuck I want.
Becky, don't bring up
It
kids
took
and
me on.
clean
Bridget, stop talking over the donations, you stupid cow! God! Unless you want to
It took
fucking
me
earn
off.
them, shut the fuck up. Enough out of you.
Well, I will say,
You're so
I mean,
mad, girl. Oh my god.
I am
love
mad
it.
because
when I made this show to start with, it was so that because I had started covering, you know, some more things in like my personal life and doing more IRL streaming. So this was going to be a more like gossipy show. And then my whole channel became just like way too much just like in this drama cycle. So this is, you know, the last little haven, okay. But even still, I don't want to be up here yelling, calling people names. Actually, I don't mind yelling. I'm a passionate bitch. I yell no matter what, but this is Harley Quinn mode, if anything. Not really Joker. It's just Ruby mode. What's up, Ty?
Yeah, so Bridget looks good after having 2 kids. She had 2 C-sections. No
She's not
wonder.
visible. She won't even turn on her cam. So if you're
Because I'm
Becky is the
surrounded
one
by
talking.
lazy idiots who do no fucking work, and I do all of it. And that's including you. You do nothing.
Becky,
You have
be
to.
fair.
You're gonna be broke
Yeah.
living in a
Look at his eyes. I'm sorry. People say I'm on drugs, like, and he starts every stream like holding his face in place, like what are we? There's just like these people. This is what happens when no one's in your corner telling you what's up. Like, you gotta have people who are gonna give it to you like it is. Otherwise, you end up in these kind of wacky scenarios.
That's crazy. That video game guy's like younger than us.
Right.
I thought he was like closer to my age, but
The video game, I don't know how old is he? I was surprised when I looked up his
He
backstory that he was like that kid and that because I was like, oh, he must have built some channel. I thought he was a random member. I didn't realize he
No,
even had a channel, and he's up there acting like he built something. These people are fucking delusional. They
he's
are
a couple years
fucking
younger than you.
delusional.
That's why it was like the thought of like a parent smashing video games. Like, that's just such a foreign concept to like someone my age or our age, or I don't know. Just like,
Yeah, I don't know. They couldn't smash it back in our day. It was those N64 things.
a hoarding house. Like,
To be fair,
Oh, you
Becky,
think you're so funny?
I've worked
You
for
think you're
15 years to be able to tell you what to do.
I worked here 14 years to be able to tell you what to do. He's really loving his boss role. And it's like, you worked 14 years doing what? Your shitty as fucking fake channel where the videos he does, I could do the amount of effort it takes is literally maybe 20 minutes of filming. And because I just the Delulu, the egos, all shooting it at Becky. And like, sure, Becky has her own like ego and stuff too, but she's way more tapped into reality than anyone else on the stage right now, in my opinion.
I just checked the
Michael
video.
tell me what to do, and that's including in the bedroom once I get my hands on.
What's up?
That famous video of his, it's only like 10 years old. He was already an adult when his dad destroyed his video games.
Well, I guess they like started. I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
he's
they had
been
a
around
random
for a
viral
while.
video, and then you started.
Mhm.
Yeah, he like started. They just started doing fake videos where they break stuff,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that's why he knows Tina and Mike, kid behind the camera, whoever, because they're from Angry Grandpa, which is another channel that started off from being genuinely dysfunctional and trying to move that into scripted content, you know, which also worked as a perfect cover for all the fucked up shit going on in their lives. So it's like this little scam loophole.
It's a bunch of fake ass motherfuckers.
But I like Becky, and Tina even has some moments, but I do not
Oh, I
like
think
Kid Behind
those
the
two
Camera,
are-
and I hate the other guy.
I think those two you just mentioned are real. Becky and Tina.
On
to
him,
a-
but you,
to a
Bridget,
degree.
you have no horse in this race. You could shut the fuck up. I'm sick of your
Girl.
fucking mouth.
we can compare asses if you want.
You want
Like,
to?
we
Because
can
I
do
definitely
that.
have the better one. Stand the fuck up, bitch. Turn on your camera. Turn on your fucking camera. Let's see your fat ass. Let's go. You suggested it. Let's go. Or are you just full of shits? Yeah, fat ass is full of fat shit, Bridget. Turn on your fucking camera. Turn it on. I'm not talking to you.
It is like kind of crazy to be like going hard on Becky's appearance with your camera off, and then her excuse is that, well, I can't turn it on. My lights are off. It's like, dude, you could turn your lights. That's like, come
Now
on.
turn on your camera. Turn it on.
so
Or
mad.
are you too insecure? Turn it on. It's
Becky,
easy to talk
be fair.
shit without your face on the internet. Turn it on.
To be fair, I don't know if there's a Becky Boop Reddit account where people masturbate to your photo. There is one of Bridget.
And what? That's supposed to mean what? That she's of higher value? Who the fuck cares if she makes porn of herself?
People like what they see.
Yeah, people like what they say with me too, including you, Michael. Including you, because every time I compliment you and flirt with you, you fucking light up like a Christmas tree. It's fucking true.
It's receiving compliments, Becky.
Who doesn't like compliments?
No, and also Bridget's delusional. That kid behind the camera, if he was like single or whatever, tap Becky in a heartbeat. Get real. Get real. Becky's above him so far as looks and personality.
Oh, she's at all of their leagues.
Everything. Quite literally. So look at him and Jackass McJackass face with his I'm sorry. Yeah, the negativity is coming out. Okay.
You wouldn't know.
I don't see how this is a fun show at all. I really don't see how this is fun.
It's not since
Agreed,
Bridget came
Tina.
here, she fucking ruined the mood.
Well, no, my leg actually ripped wide open and I had to get it closed back up. So I'm probably going to have to go to a surgeon tomorrow.
Jesus.
From what? Doing
That's such a weird thing to say right then, though. Like, it felt like, oh, don't complain about something because everything I deal with is harder or something. I can't like
the jumping jacks?
Also, Tina does have very serious health issues. I just think the intensity of having a show based on yelling and stress could take 10 years off her life. Is it really worth it for, what, like $5K a month tops? Probably way less than that. I'm not sure what their numbers are because, they get a decent amount of donos, but then half is going to this jackass in the center and then the other part is going to Keem. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, how much are they even getting paid for really putting everything on the line? This show, I'm so glad it wasn't picked for. I mean, I would not have lasted a day. There's no way.
Man,
I can only get through my own show from the stress of just me. Like, that's crazy.
If they can just get big enough and then break off from them.
Exactly. What is up, Jimmy in the house?
Well, hi, Miss Ruby. How you doing? I went to another stream. It was boring, so I came here. And I was like, my Ruby's on. I'm here.
Woo! Awesome. We were just watching Lolcow Queens, and I was going back because I'm trying to show why I kind of stopped watching it to see what other people were thinking if I'm like taking it too seriously, because people are like, oh, everything's scripted, but I know for a fact this part of this show was not scripted. So it's like that's a problem.
Yeah.
And it's like if they're getting paid a ton, like, okay, there's like that compensation, but I don't know that they are.
Right.
So.
I
have never been on Lolcow Queens. Never been.
Yeah, I only went on. I did like I auditioned and I've popped on the show like a couple times, but.
Hi, Stevie, by the way, and the other person on your panel. I can't see the name because I don't have my contacts.
What's up, dude?
We got Stevie and Justin.
Justin, it doesn't really take much to be on the show. Just be like the video game boy, just sit in the certain corner and make weird faces.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, and another thing that lets people go far is having no morals. All of a sudden, that unleashes a part of you. You can go ahead of everyone if you just are willing to cut line, like, or whatever the fuck, like.
No, from walking up and down the stairs in snow, and the callus ripped wide open.
Nick's super chatted $20.
I'm sorry to hear that, Tina.
Who gives a fuck? I'll live.
Your house is in shambles. You can't even make a sandwich without swimming through garbage. Pig.
Becky is so mad right now. Becky, I don't want you to be
that fucking bitch. Because listen, there's a new fucking rule, and I'm making it right now. No talking shit unless your camera's turned on. That's it. You said you want to compare asses. We're not comparing. No, shut up. You do not interrupt me. You do not interrupt me when I am talking, bitch. Learn your fucking place.
Michael, why are you letting her
laugh? Because you can't even think fast enough with insults.
Girl, do those jumping jacks.
Well, what I know. Stick is that they're not paid like a base amount. It's based off of the donos only, and so they're not getting a base wage. It's based on the donos they get. I know that Mafia Milkers and those other like smaller channels are the hosts on those shows are maybe only pulling in like a few hundred, if any.
Hey,
I don't know.
Can I say
But
something, Ruby?
I don't know. From what I've heard from, you know, some behind the scenes info, it doesn't seem like it's crazy money. Like it's enough for what they're putting through. What's up?
Can I tell you what I heard? I have a friend that works behind the scenes over there.
Sure.
And he told me that he saw checks that they were cutting for Keem and Boogie that he saw for 15 grand. But he was saying that was mainly advertising, the merchandise and stuff that they do, like the card games and all that. They're making some serious bank on that stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely on the main show, but on Queens, like I know from Grace's month that she was on it, she got paid like $3,000.
Right.
So, and her time on that show, the month she was on, got the best views.
Right.
What's the point of getting a job, man, when you can just, God.
Well, for me, I would never lower, like Ruby, I would never lower myself to shave my eyebrows and go out in public and hold a sign. And,
but also, it's fine.
you
People
know.
are okay with different things. Like some things don't bother me that would bother someone else. I don't want to like act like there's something so wrong. It's just like I hope that people are being compensated in a way that makes sense and that they're not being pushed and pushed and pushed. And from what I see, it seems like a lot of pushing of boundaries on a show that already pushes boundaries. And that's
but you have to understand, I don't, at first I blamed King for all of that. Now I don't, because now it's people like Becky and all that. They put up with it. So that's on them.
Yeah, but like, what if, like Becky has expressed that she struggles with regular employment because of her health issues, which I relate to. I've had those issues before too. And that's why I was a webcam model, because I didn't know what was wrong with me to get disability and I didn't want to leech off my family. So it made sense to me to go, do webcam modeling.
Yeah, but she's from Harvard, dude. She could get a job sitting at her desk.
That's what I was wondering.
She's from Harvard, man. She's not gonna have a bit of problem getting a job from a desk.
But she could say she had I know people who have rarer disorders or very extreme cases of fibromyalgia or these disorders where they don't really know what to do about it. The person maybe only has a clear functioning mind, maybe 1 hour of the day. And if they push themselves for more than that, they get migraine. I don't know. I can see a scenario where it's true that maybe she could, if she pushes herself and is in constant pain and misery, get another job. But I don't know. It just seems like that makes her especially vulnerable, in my opinion. But I'm not saying she can't make the choice, or I'm just saying I have some.
Thank you for letting me come up.
And it's also, she's the only child, so her parents do baby her. So she doesn't really have the experience to know, or the responsibility to go, hey, there's really not that much wrong with me. I can work. I can do these things. She's not as bad as what she lets on. If she can get up and do 40 jumping jacks, really? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I try to give the benefit of the doubt, and,
I do too, but there's
sympathetic.
But
but she could also be there's, dramatic. Some people are, they dramatize aspects of their life, and maybe it's not as bad. And this is why I'm susceptible to manipulation, because I will be like, oh, tell me about how you can't work. Oh, hey, I'll pay for everything.
That's because you have a heart, Ruby. That's why.
All doesn't get in the fucking way, What do you think of my bruise on my chin? Do you see it?
I do see that. How are you feeling after your really tough fall, dude? I know you gotta be sore.
I'm sore. It actually hurt. I didn't think it was that bad, and then I saw it's starting to get darker and darker. I feel a little dinged up, so it's not terrible, but definitely.
Yeah, dude, just soak in a hot bath, man, and take it easy, dude.
I wish I had a bath. I'm such a bath person, but we only have some shitty little stand up, you can barely stand in it kind of shower in my in the layer. All right, let's go back to watching some
train wrecks.
Some train wrecks.
No,
and then I want to go to a more
every time I
current.
make an insult, you think faster on your feet and come back with one yourself. You can't because you suck. You wanted to compare asses? Turn on your camera. Push a button. It's not so hard. Or are you embarrassed that you probably are sitting there looking like shit right now while I'm working my ass off and still look good?
I'm in the dark.
So,
In my opinion, Becky's like winning the war of words because Bridget is just kind of like posturing as if she's like so secure with Mike, even though they're divorcing, and Mike has flirted with Becky and obviously would fuck her in a heartbeat. Like, and she's like, he told me he thinks you're ugly. It's like, oh, did he, girl? Come on.
Becky, you're talking about a woman. You're talking about a woman who's a millionaire, got a husband, a big house, 2 beautiful children, and you're sitting there barren, can't even drop a piglet or 2, and you're talking shit on her.
Are you talking to me or her?
I'm talking to you, bitch.
What? You just said I have a beautiful house. I thought you hated my fucking house.
I said she has a beautiful home, bitch.
Okay,
Becky,
so
she would
what
never
did
say
she
your
do
house is
for it?
beautiful.
What did she
You
do
live-
for it? Or did she
You
rely
live in a
off
goddamn
Michael
bomb.
and just spread for bread, and that's why she has some fucking piglets? Do not make me
Wait a
drag the
minute.
kids into this,
No,
Tina.
she's
Do
not gonna
not.
get piglets.
Do
She's
not
not gonna
start
get
with me.
piglets.
Then
You wanna
don't
fight,
start
we
with
can
me,
go,
bitch.
girl.
It's not the fucking day. Do not.
So first of all, I met Bridget in 2008. Before YouTube, before there was any money, we used to sleep on a twin-size mattress with springs cutting us while we slept.
Yeah,
Hey,
apparently she was also
First
15.
night she
No.
slept over.
Apparently, guess what? Apparently, she was also 15 and too young to know any better.
I lied, bitch.
Yeah, okay,
I lied,
fine.
bitch.
Then you're a lying cunt who's fucking.
Oh my god, can someone post a picture of her from, or maybe it's online. Bridget, kid behind the camera 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
About it.
Oh
gosh,
my
he was
god, that's a
18.
kid.
That is
kid.
a fucking child. What a retard. I'm sorry. I'm trying to use less insults, but like it's hard when talking about this guy. Like, come on. Oh, you like I don't.
Yeah, she looked really young, didn't she?
Oh
She looked younger than fucking 15.
Oh my God, I'm pulling it up on my phone. She looks like a freaking baby, man. But you know, I'm not condoning what he did, but she did lie and say that she was older than what she was, and
I actually don't buy that story though. I don't think she did it. And like Tina's excuses, it's in the South and it's more common. And you know, it is more common in the South. There are different like standards in different parts of the country. That doesn't mean it's okay. I'm just saying I can see a scenario where she, you know, maybe lied for like the first date or two, then told the truth, but they had to come up with this cover story because it's just not, there's no way he can say like, yeah, so what? Like, you know, or he could, because it does look good that they're still together. It's not like she's saying that he like took advantage, even though they both seem kind of like not excellent people, maybe. I don't know.
Worthless.
Oh, we live in the South. A lot of people get together young.
Not true.
When one is older, do not fucking start with me, Tina. You're gonna open this can
Right?
of worms.
Like that's weird. I thought Tina was kind of weird for that.
That's not true.
Tina's
I
having
live
her
in the South.
Yeah.
I live in the South, and no, we don't date them under age.
Hear me out.
Hi, welcome. What's up, Salt Man?
Hey, baby, good to talk to you today. See, my camera's live. I'm not faking. But I just wanted to come on and say hi and see how everyone is doing today.
Doing good. I had a little fall yesterday, and my chin's a little.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Ruby?
No. It was I was singing, live streaming, and like going down a very icy sidewalk while it was snowing. It was very ambitious, and yeah. But your audio sounded little.
You live in the Puget Sound, right, Ruby?
I live in New Haven. So I'm in like downtown. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a little dog. I didn't realize that was a I thought it was a picture. I didn't realize it was a live stream.
Yeah, he's in America's favorite pet contest too, Ruby. And I kind of give him free reign around here to Didn't mean to break the discussion, but
No,
I
no,
had
you're fine.
enough.
But you're maybe I'm gonna take you off maybe, and you can fix your audio and maybe come back because it was am I crazy? It sounded like the audio was like really, really kind of hard to understand unless it's just me.
Yeah,
It was a little choppy.
No, it was a little choppy. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All right. Well, I'll try to come back. Okay, Ruby. Thank you for
all right.
having
Yeah, so
me
you guys
on.
can, yeah, of course. Thanks for coming up and say hi to the puppy. Cute.
See, Ruby,
say-
you're loved, honey. You're loved.
No, I know. I get a lot of love and support.
Hey, that game you
But
guys
I
were
get
playing,
stressed out easily. I just freak out. I rage out.
that
Yeah.
game you guys were playing last night where you try to like name something with a letter. Or did you do band names or artist names? I would have freaking.
Oh my gosh. No, that's a good idea. I feel like I'd almost have a better time than with like doing, I think we did like animals and something else. That was funny that we were like kept trying to set up games and like no one could follow the game at all. Like we're trying to do the most basic game like on lowest panel.
Imperious kind of cheated because like it got to Q and he's like, "There's no Q names in the Bible," so it's like, okay, we'll skip. Like, no, there are.
Yeah.
And stuff, and like, I don't know. Doesn't matter whether you didn't know if there weren't any or not. You didn't give an answer.
I keep seeing Miss Polly posting. I can't see chat while I'm on stream, but I Miss Polly.
Oh, I'll pull up more chats so you can
Yeah.
see them too. All right, let me keep playing this for a little more and then we can move on to the next thing.
Do it. Don't do it. I'm fucking mad. Do not do it.
But she did off like
girl.
Mike was
I was
20. The
40. I
chat's
was
spamming it.
21.
Mike was
Okay.
22. She was 15. And you always joke, Bridget, you're the one who lured him into it. You think you're so fucking smart. That's because you were a fucking idiot and don't know how much of a difference 7 years makes. I don't want to hear it. This is all happening because of Tina. What?
Especially 7 years when it's like someone in a guy in their 20s versus 15 and a young 15 looking from that pic. That didn't look like a 15 passing for older, I don't know.
That didn't even look like a 15-year-old to me, but I mean,
Nah,
that's
it looked like
what
a.
I think.
It's so that's what I'm talking about. It's like, so this was the episode. Let's go to like a more recent one. So this episode I started like really dropping off because I was like, this is just so dark, and I've been trying to like edit like my consumption to be a little more like positive and just not shit like this that's almost like soul crushing. But Becky, since then, Kim, they all do this the lying. I don't like the lying. Everyone, fired today, Boogie's gay, this and that. Does he not understand that this makes people not want to click other videos as much because they're like, oh, it's just always lies.
I got madder at that whole Boogie gay thing than I did over the cancer art because, listen, you might not agree with it. I don't know how you feel. I love the gay community.
Gays.
I love the gay community. I support the gay community. I'm not gay, but those are my people. They've treated me well in my lifetime. I support them wholeheartedly. That made me mad, and that hurt a lot of my friends too.
Yeah, and it's like it's very just kind of like cringe, like 2016, like we made him gay, like
someone's sexuality is not
out of touch. They need someone who's in touch to like help these fucking like washed up old guys get a fucking grip. They're diving headfirst in fucking irrelevancy if they keep doing this stupid shit, like they think it's like, oh well, Kim's whole thing is like, I can't lose because if it's bad, they're like talking about it, as long as people are talking about it and there's controversy. I don't know if this whole like 15-year-old controversy is what you want, my buddy, or like the controversy with Grace is what you want. These are really kind of heavy things that are, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Aren't you glad you ain't in it, Mr. Ruby?
What's that?
Aren't you glad you aren't in it?
Dude, I am. I'm very glad. I just would not be able to do it. So it just wouldn't have even got like I would have just not done. There's just things I won't do, and thank God, I'm aware of like those limits. But you say you have limits, but when you're in a situation, you can be like a frog in boiling water. And it's just like a little, But it seems like this show, it's just been like diving just more and more into like absolute insanity.
Well, I got made fun of because of my sunglasses. I like my sunglasses. They're pink and I love them.
Oh, those are cool. I
Yeah,
like
dude.
them. Dude,
Yeah, I
I
love 'em.
gotta whip out my pink little heart sunglasses too. Oh, and then also, what was this whole Boogie confessing to a crime he didn't commit because of someone making his criminal background look bad? Which I don't even know what is up with that, you know? And I
Yep.
can't tell what are real Boogie freakouts either, but like, if he's faking some of those freakouts where he's like sweating and panting, like then give him an Oscar. Like, wow.
Yeah, but Buggy didn't kill me.
A heart attack.
That was so stupid. I killed somebody, and it turns out it ain't even him.
So let me show you the next thing that was like
Yeah,
another
with the fucking
shocking
program.
moment
I know
for
you
me.
walk on-
Is like, so if the episodes aren't about someone getting like fake fired or fake gay or fake dead, you know, then the episodes are punishment. Tina gets punished. Shock collars. I don't know if they
Yeah.
still have the shock collars episode up because that was the other kind of moment for me where, and they showed that they were on it. I don't, you know, I suppose there's a way they could have faked that, and I would hope that they would, but just so much of the show, then they go and say that none of it is scripted. That, like,
Right.
I just don't like deception and lying. Like, there's
Well,
a
even-
certain amount of deception in media, in movies. There's suspension of disbelief, so you can get into it. I get that, but this is just lying and like bad business, in my opinion.
Didn't Lynx even say that it was scripted?
Oh yeah, I think Lynx did some.
Yeah. So
and then they
I
went all
believe
Lisa and her.
Lynx.
I don't know.
Yeah,
well, actually, I don't know if I don't know.
You think she might have deserved it? She's been kind of snaky.
Well, she's always been thinking she doesn't deserve having like
Yeah.
Kim like nuked anyone from his Discord, his paid Discord. He kicked anyone out who was in Lynx's Discord,
Right.
which I thought was insane. It made him look weak to care what some 21-year-old Discord like with 80 people is doing. Seemed kind of, that just made him seem like, why do you even have time to keep tabs on that if you're like, I don't know.
The reason why I believe Lynx, Stevie, is because with Lynx, you know what you're getting, and she doesn't deny it.
Yeah.
That's why. In my former line of work, people like that are usually the ones that are truthful because they'll let you know they're loyal to the dollar.
Yeah.
So
I mean, my experiences with her have been broadly negative, with her like kind of backstabbing me and then posting all of our DMs for no reason. She's done, but like at the same time, she's young, she's on the internet, whatever. She's gonna make mistakes. I think I should have reacted without, you know, feeding the flames of the fire. So I actually do want to apologize to Lynx at some point. Because at one point on my alt account, I did like a video like why Lynx sucks.
Can I
And I
ask you
deleted
a
it, so it was stupid. What's up?
Can I ask you a question, Ruby? Like, do you think it's wrong of me to judge a person by how their dog reacts to them? Like, if their dog is all squirming and trying to get away from them, that's good indication they're a creep or something, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I
agree
would
with
say
you.
I definitely do judge people for that. Whether or not it's right, the only thing I'm hesitant of is if like some people adopt abused dogs, you know, who have issues, and then it's like that person actually maybe they're an excellent owner, but like, you know, so that's the only, but broadly it does make you like kind of question. So if it's not an adopted dog, then it's like, what did you do?
It's funny you mentioned that. My mom's boyfriend adopted a pit bull that used to guard a meth lab. Like I got along with the dog fine, but that dog
Not the
dog
meth
would
pit bull.
well the dog would like attack smaller dogs and stuff or go after it and stuff. And it's sad because
Dude, I lived with a pit bull that went for my dog, and I would fucking ugh. That's why I have like a slight anti-pit bull slant. And also, a woman who lived 2 blocks away from me was torn apart alive and died from her pit bulls killing her. Literally, the people who worked in the hospital were like pissed at me. Yeah, it was.
Did it
It was
happen
pretty
in
bad.
Seattle? Like in Puget Sound that happened?
In New Haven. Actually, maybe I could see if there's a video on this. New Haven pit bull. Yeah, I'm sure there's some. Pit bull. Oh yeah, is this it? Oh wait, no, that's another dog killing dog. Oh, this is it. Oh. sharing. Hold on.
Humans are being attacked by dogs.
Yeah, this is in my old neighborhood.
Two 911 calls moments after a deadly dog attack in New Haven have just been released. In those calls, a neighbor tells the 911 operator what's happening. Hi, everybody. Glad you're here tonight. I'm Darren Kramer.
And I'm Ann Craig. Here's the first part of that call. It came in around 7:45 last Monday night.
Okay, and what's going on? Humans are being attacked by dogs. Okay. Is people being attacked by a dog? Yes. Where's the dog? Outside? No, they're in the fenced-in yard. I can't see, but you just hear the lady screaming and the dog barking. And okay, but did the dog bite her? Yes, the dog is biting her now.
And that was one of those two 911 calls released to News 8 by the New Haven Police Department. The other one came in 7 minutes later from the same caller. She says first responders had not yet arrived.
Oh my God.
When they did get there, they found 53-year-old Jocelyn Winfrey with severe injuries. Neighbors tell News 8 the dogs mauled her arms, her legs, and her face. Winfrey died Monday night, a week later in the hospital. Winfrey, the dog's owner, Hampton and Hicks were both attacked outside of Hicks' home, right there on El Grasso Boulevard. Animal control officers said that they had never been there before, and in the days since, the city has now changed.
That's a reflection of the owners, not the dogs themselves. That's what
often. But there's a lot of people who take bad care of these dogs in New Haven, and every once in a while, there have been times where a random stray dog has run up on me on the street, and I've had to like run into like a store or something. Or when I lived with, I had a fucking there's like this thing in like alternative music and like activist scenes where like people will adopt people. So it was like the saddest thing.
You carry bear mace or something, don't you, Ruby? I mean, come on, lady. You carry bear mace, right? Or something. You have some pepper spray, right? You're not just walking down the street stupidly. I mean,
like without protection. I used to be good about having like pepper spray and brass knuckles and different things to protect myself because I've been carless in New Haven for 17 years, you know. So when people hear it, I've been hit by a car twice, they're like, what? But it's like, dude, yeah, I got, you know, once walking and once on my bike, you know. But I was saying something about how I lived with, there's like these girls who would like adopt these dogs and like be totally not equipped to take care of them. So this dog, every time I walked downstairs, it was like terrifying to try to go through the area where the dog was, because it would go and instantly it would start like biting your shoes and it tore apart every piece of furniture we had. And I had a smaller dog that we had upstairs with like a block so that it couldn't like get up. And I was terrified that like if the fence fell over or something. And thankfully we got out of that place and I got a different apartment. But I'm afraid of, you know, I have a fear from my experiences with dogs and from, you know, being near a lot of dogs who've been abused. But a lot of pit bulls can be amazing dogs too. I've met a lot of very, very sweet, awesome pit bulls. It's just in my city, they're used as like a status thing, a gang thing. And they're very heavily abused. And they're in all the shelters. Which, speaking of, me and OPC Don might go look at dogs together.
And I guarantee if you was ever around here, Ruby, like Sam Fisher wouldn't treat you like that. He'd make sure you were treated like a lady, not a piece of meat like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. But you are hard to understand. I'm going to take you off just because I can't really understand a lot of what you're saying. So I'm very sorry about that. But thank you for coming up.
In and out.
Yeah, it's just cutting in and out combined with you know, that southern drawl, a little slow, a little, you know, I think it's making it hard for me to.
I'm sorry, Ruby.
No, don't fault. I mean, it's not your fault. It's just a micro, you know, I've had a million tech issues everywhere I go. The whole first 20 minutes of this episode was all tech issues. So ain't no thing. I just want to take you off though, just because I literally can't hear you and understand you. I'm so sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I was hard. I could not understand. And I kept like trying to say something, and then he would just like say something, and then I couldn't understand it. And I was, I'm sorry.
I can tell it bothers you, Miss Ruby, but I understand what you're saying, honey. I get it totally. God bless you.
I mean, it's normal in conversations for things to like overlap towards like the end of something. But
Right.
when you like start saying something and you're like in the middle and someone's like says something not even connected to it.
Right. Yes, ma'am. I do.
But it's he's great. I'm glad for anyone to call up. I don't, But yeah, so that dog thing happened very close to me. Anyway, so we talked about Lolcow Queens. I've been, my hyperfixation of the week has been in brainwashing and cult programming, because I think it applies on a massive scale to what we are absorbing through media, as we are always being influenced on a microscopic level, and it's pushing us towards something. And I think it can be helpful to like be aware of different brainwashing techniques. So there's this TED talk I wanted to watch about someone who had joined a cult and his experience, and how he realized he was brainwashed. Because when you are the person who's brainwashed, you think it's everyone else who's brainwashed. And it's a very compelling experience. What is up, TK in the house? Welcome to come up and panel. I'll drop the link again for anyone else who wants to come up.
Speaking of dropping the link, I'm surprised Spicoli hasn't showed up.
I mean, he probably will at some point. I mean, he usually does, but I also haven't been bringing him up as much. I end up leaving him backstage a lot, so all right, let me pull up this other video. I put them like all on my Discord, but I think it's just faster to do it like this. Or no, I'll just because then never mind.
Is it snowing where you're at?
It snowed a lot. Yeah, it snowed. Well, it's not like actively snowing right now. Today it was like torrential downpour. The streets were like actually like flooding. It was all just like ice and sleet and water. I was like, I had to like change my socks and pants and everything because it was like, it was.
Yeah, we're flooded in here. We can't leave. The main roads are all flooded. Creek ran over into the roads. Yeah, everything's flooded.
Where you live? I forget.
West Virginia right now.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, I didn't realize it was like this huge weather event going on.
Oh yeah.
What is up, TK in the house?
Tommy, hi buddy.
No, there's a lot of things that we're not gonna say tonight. Thank you guys. What we're gonna do is we're not gonna. I can hear. I got muffled, so let me mute myself. I'm pissed.
I could hear for a second what he was talking about. But anyway, I'm going to pull up this brainwashing TED Talk while he sets it up and we can start watching this.
How could you tell if your mind has been brainwashed, or your mind has been hacked, or you've been subjected to mind control or hypnosis or undue influence? The people who want to persuade want you to stay ignorant. The authoritarian cults, including Putin, who grew up in the Soviet Union, which was a political cult, and I'm happy to talk about that. The psychology of influence has morphed in the decades, and I'm here to share with you. It was 1974, February. My girlfriend dumped me. I was an upper junior at Queens College.
Saying Grace sent King. Well, I hope she's watching. This actually would be relevant to her.
And Estelle Hassan of
Hold
Flushing,
on.
Queens,
No
New
one is
York.
gonna say
Yes, I grew up 1.3 miles from
what, man?
Colt 45, DT. These women approached me in the student union and deceptively recruited me into a front group of this turned out to be a cult. And within 2 weeks, I was believing
Ruby,
that World War III was about to happen.
How many
that
freaking
Armageddon.
How many freaking tabs do you have open?
How many times do you
I know
have
it's probably
open
you
mommy?
got me in one, and maybe
Don't.
another little
God.
bruised, little blonde little girl, maybe in another tab, kind of going on.
Is she flirting finally? Okay, so I might have had one or two
was
tabs
coming?
open. I don't. Yes, it's Tommy. What?
I'm relaxing. What's up?
I'm reluctant. I'm reluctant.
Greets to streams lately with her dad have been weird as hell. Lately?
Yeah, we're not. What we are.
Anyway, but whatever. I don't want to. We don't need to get into
Are we
all
doing
that.
this when I haven't saw you? Because usually I see you like face to face, and we can like eye fuck, right? If eye fucking is a thing.
That's a one-way experience of you.
Can we done with this bullshit?
You're
With that
brainwashed by
stop.
Pornhub into thinking every
Stop.
woman is.
I'm so done with you not being attracted to men. Do you know when you and I look when we're on the screen like this?
This is like you are at the top 5 gray simps. Wow.
But at the same time, do you know I'm the top Ruby
There he is.
simp? So it's like at the same time when we
I don't know because I'm
we
pretty
are
sure
sexy men.
the
We're
celebrity
sexy
of the
humans.
week is Talmit, who won by a landslide. He was already going to be the celebrity of the week, and then he paid for tickets for Yo Bitch to see Baby Monster at the Prudential Center in 2 weeks, and everyone in chat is coming with me. It's going to be an extravaganza of me seeing Baby Monster with you, chat. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get a hotel.
Did
It's
you
gonna be
just call
fucking
me?
awesome.
Hold on, Ruby. Did you just finally confess that you're
So now we've got 3 out of
dating
the
me?
top.
Did you finally confess you're dating me?
That's also a.
You just did. You got me your bitch.
Everyone's my bitch.
Bros,
What's up,
okay,
OPP
so
Don?
here we are. TK does definitely have a crush on all the girls that are mainstream girls in our chat. What they are is TK does have a free pass with a lot of these women. They're sexy, we're sexy, and now Ruby officially confirmed that TK and Ruby are dating.
That's not possible because I was
You just
actually
said it.
gonna
You just
say
said it.
that. Oh, are you the one I have a date to go dog shopping with, or is that OPC Don?
You just call me your bitch. You go your bitch. Fucking.
Maybe I got bitches all over the place. That's why we go into the pound, bitch. OPC, do you have anything you want to say about our new relationship, or?
Well, okay, so I did want to mention that this dog in the picture is one that I went and checked out for myself. It's a half Basenji red dealer. Yeah, he belonged to a 10. Yeah, so he belonged to a 10-year-old girl, and the mother decided the dog needed to find a new home.
What the fuck do you come up with that shit for?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? Ruby has the driest pussy that I've ever seen in like a month, right? Usually she is super dry. She has the driest pussy.
Ew!
All of a sudden,
This
hold
is a
on,
raunchy
hold
show,
on,
but
Ruby.
not.
Now,
This
tonight,
isn't
all of a
Chatterbait,
sudden,
my
Ruby
brother. Maybe
might
that's
have
the
had
other
her
tab.
pussy a little fucking glazed up, and then you bring up a puppy.
So we're actually gonna maybe go look for dogs together. I'm looking for a dog. If you,
We are adopting. That's how serious we are.
Ruby's butthole. Can
You
Ruby
are
get her
so
butthole sniffed one night?
Jealous.
You lie about all this. You hate that I want to flirt with you like this. But can we
never
say that we
lied.
do this?
I'm actually against
Ruby,
lying.
look at you. Look at me. Ruby, look at you. Look at me.
I'm not looking. I don't see you. Okay, I'm looking at chat. Okay, I'm looking at Foreman. I'm looking at OPC. I'm looking at the puppy. I'm looking at Jimmy. I'm looking at Stevie. I don't really see anyone else.
So you have TK. You have TK. You have TK right for you. So what we do is this. We done dealing with these hoes, and then we just are the sexiest in the stable, right? Did you just sniff through your nose?
No,
I hear like you're sniffing.
air through my teeth to make a kind of like that sound of like
Did she call me
contempt.
Nika? Did you say I sniffed through my teeth, Nika?
Don't make me repeat it.
What? Okay, fine. My what? What?
All right, you are getting a sidetracked because what I want to talk about isn't pussy.
What do you mean?
Okay? I want to talk about bitches, and by bitches I mean female dogs, the ones that we get at the pound. Me and OPC, and also look at OPC's little thing. Everyone, one of Prontus's friends is doing a subathon. Oh my god, TK, I'm removing you for disruptivity and derailment. Guilty as charged. Cool off, okay?
Well, that's
Maybe
all right.
go back to the other chat, get soft again, and then come back.
We're all being live streamed from Grace's stream right now. She's watching you on her stream. Watching, yeah.
Hi,
Wait,
Grace.
let me do that brainwashing video right now. This
Which,
would be
by the
perfect
way,
for
I don't
her.
have a problem with Grace and Ben. You know that. Ace Spicoli, I love you, brother.
Hey, I love you too. The JJ time.
All right.
The
Back to this
JJ.
video, 'cause this is actually good for her. Spicoli, everyone, I'm just doing a video.
That moon was the greatest
This
man
might get through to her, okay? Come on. This old guy, it's definitely going to hit.
in human history. He was
And
similar.
this is actually just broadly related to the topic of like cultural influence, social media influence, and how susceptible every human being is to it. The ultimate Delulu, the ultimate fucking Dunning-Kruger embarrassing bullshit is when you have no self-reflective capacity whatsoever. That's fucking gay. It's lame and you're out of touch.
And for those of you who are too young to know about the Moonies, he's best known for the mass wedding ceremonies. He did 30,000 couples at one time.
Is it the Unification Church?
I have not heard of this church before this. So this is I was gonna look into it because marrying 30,000 people at the same time, or 30,000 couples, so 60,000 people. That's fucking insane.
And did you hear? Did you hear? He was like Caligula in Rome. He actually had sex with each one of the brides to deflower them and de-virgin them before they got married. So he actually had to fuck each one of the women first. That was part of the ritual.
Total strangers.
That's a lot of fucky
but
fuck.
who believed in him as the Messiah. And within 2 weeks, I left my Judaism and I'm bowing to an altar with Moon's picture on it, reciting a pledge to fight with my life or kill for Korea. I'm not joking. And I was elevated to leadership very quickly. I guess they saw me as a nice American, tall, whatever. And so I was privy to these secret leadership meetings with Moon.
Also, he's not just gassing himself up. Like white people do often get like privileged treatment in like certain Asian countries. It's definitely like a thing. So
about how he talked about democracy was.
Wait, can I make one more comment? That he's a white guy. Wait, hold on. He's a white guy in an Asian country, and they said they saw him a certain way. And since he was in an Asian country, because the Moonies were, I think, Japanese or something, he saw them in an Asian. They saw them as a white man, but what he forgot to say is since he was, they saw him as a hung white man. He was considered a white man with the big penis.
And amending the Constitution and make it a capital offense for people who don't.
That was definitely worth.
Regarding
That was
the
so worth
marriages.
pausing for.
And I was a fanatic. My family freaked. My friends freaked. Steve, it's a cult. You're being brainwashed. I knew I wasn't brainwashed because I'm
just
smart.
quirky.
I'm educated. I'm from a good family. I didn't feel brainwashed. I was having a religious experience. And guess what? When Moon said, we're all going to the Capitol steps to fast for 3 days for Nixon because God wants him to be president despite Watergate. And I called my father, who had voted for Nixon. I voted for McGovern. I said, hey, Dad, I'm fasting for Richard Nixon to be president, thinking he would love it. He said, Steve, you are right. He's a crook. I said, Dad, you don't understand. God is working. He said, Steve, now I know you're brainwashed. And my father got his chance. Within 2 years, I fell asleep at the wheel of a van due to sleep exhaustion. I should say I was sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night, 7 days a week for no pay, working for father. And I fell asleep at the wheel of a van, drove into the back
Grace
of a
is
tractor trailer
watching.
truck at 80 miles an
Hi,
hour and
Grace.
nearly died.
Grace,
And was
hi,
trapped
Ben,
for 30
hi.
minutes
Hello,
while the
Grace and
rescue
Ben.
workers saved my life. And there I
Excuse
was
me,
in a
Grace.
hospital for 2 weeks
Grace,
away
wave
from
to
my
me.
goals.
Please
And
wave
by
to
the
me,
way, this
Ben.
was 1976, so there were no cell phones.
They're probably this. They're let's
Right?
do something
So
a
I was
little.
away from the constant indoctrination.
I'm gonna do something a little
And
quicker, infographic-y for
I
the
called
dum
my
dums.
sister. I
This is
actually
gonna
broke
mute
a rule. I
everyone
called my
too. So
sister Thea.
enjoy.
And she
This will
said,
be
"You
great,
have a
Grace. Just
nephew.
watch it.
I want him to know his Uncle Stevie. You got to visit." I'm like,
The first question we've got is how cults work. This one is a little abstract, so let's take a look at the next few questions and see if they answer it for us. The next one is how cults brainwash. There are a few top people in the field of cult research. Back in the 60s, a guy named Robert J. Lifton wrote a book called Thought Reform and the Psychology of Totalism. American soldiers are being captured by the Chinese, and a few months later, a video would surface of the US soldiers saying all this great stuff about the Chinese government and communism, and a bunch of negative propaganda about the US government.
My name is Harold Webb from West Palm Beach, Florida. My name is Aaron Wilson from Urania, Louisiana. This is a very happy moment for me, for now I am free from McCarthyism. Friends, the only way to stop fascism in America is to do as I have done. Stand up and fight for our rights.
My name is Louis Griggs and my home is at Jacksonville, Texas. I stayed behind to escape the Red Bait and McCarthy and to assure that I'll never again have to fight in another unjust war as I did in Korea. Even if I had wanted repatriation, the fates of Dickinson and Batchelor would have stopped me.
My name is Richard Tennyson. I live in Alden, Minnesota. People who hate war and stand up for their beliefs are faced with McCarthy and his fascist gut-controlled House Un-Americans Activities Committee. I will return someday when I can speak for peace lawfully.
How'd they get to that point? These people were born and raised in the US. They had family in the US. The answer is they were brainwashed. So Robert Lifton set his mind to understanding how it happened. You should give the book a read if you're really interested, but here's the short answer. They used a combination of negative and positive reinforcement to change the soldier's personality until it matched what they wanted it to be. The Chinese would treat the prisoners of war really well. That challenged their perception of the situation. They were trained to view the Chinese as the enemy. Now that they changed their perception, they needed to change their behavior. What you do on the outside is reflected on the inside, and vice versa. So they'd offer little things to the soldiers if they were willing to say something good about the Chinese Communist Party. They wouldn't offer them so much that they could justify doing it to their friends. Like if they'd offered the soldiers freedom just to say something nice about the CCP, then it might be a justifiable trade-off. It would be little things, like cigarettes. They'd say if you write an essay where you say one good thing about the US and one good thing about the CCP, then we'll give you 5 cigarettes. That would make this stay a little more pleasant for them, and it's just one thing, so why not? They'd do it. Then they'd have them write one bad thing about the US and one bad thing about the CCP. They'd take those essays and hang them up all over the camp. When asked about it, what's the person going to say? They turned into a traitor for a few cigarettes. They'd go in defense mode and make up some story about why they wrote it, and it would open their friends up to the idea that it wasn't so bad. They wanted them to own what they'd done. Slowly but surely, they'd modify people's behavior with rewards and punishments, effectively programming in a new personality. They get you to go this far. What about a little further? Can they get you to talk to a CO about the good qualities about China if they give you an extra pillow to sleep with? What's the big deal? Over the course of months, slowly but surely, they managed to re-educate POWs and turn them into advocates for communism. Fundamentally, that's how cults work too. They isolate you from friends and family, make you reliant and obedient to them, and then modify your behavior until your personality is a reflection of what they want it to be. So in a nutshell, that's how cults brainwash people. And I think that
I don't give a fuck. Why, Spicoli, are you retarded? She's been banned from my channel since like June. Or no, since like September. So this is going on like 6 months ago.
I didn't know.
She's not even allowed in my chat.
Oh, sorry.
No, fuck you. That's totally bad faith, and you aren't really entertaining enough to keep her on for other reasons. So go choke on a fucking dick, you loser, with the abuse couple, because that's been some riveting content they're putting out lately. I love your productivity. It's obviously they're just doing really well. I'm proud of them. Great work. Anyway, you're fucking banned. Fuck you. You suck.
Doesn't Ben need his diaper changed right now anyway?
Probably. I mean, the dude is falling apart. They both look really sick. So it's just a sad situation, and there was nothing else I can really do to help them at all. But yeah, they're obsessed with me. They watch everything I do, restream it. And yeah, no shit. They're always trying to get their audience to get me on whatever. It's like, it's never gonna happen. So all right. These fucking idiots. The whole point is to derail me even more. So anyway, let's go back to, I don't know if it's gonna fucking, I'm gonna start that from the start. I'm just gonna do this one.
Like, don't tell the parents. I think I can arrange it because I'm a leader. And she did tell my parents, and they arranged the deprogramming. And it's a long story, but my father cried. And he said, how would you feel if it was your son who met a controversial group, dropped out of college, quit his job, donated his bank account, and disappeared from your life? How would you feel? And he cried. And it got me right here. And I said, I'd probably do what you're doing now. But I thought he was brainwashed by the communist media. That's how I was indoctrinated. So I said, I'd probably be doing what do you want me to do? He said, just listen to these ex-members, learn about brainwashing and mind control. And if you want to go back at the end of 5 days, I'll drive you there myself. And I said, done. Because I was so fanatical. I was so confident that I had the truth. And little did I know, on day 4, when I learned about Chinese communist brainwashing from former military intelligence people who had studied it in the 50s, it ticked off every box. But wait a minute, we were God and communism was Satan, but it was the same brainwashing techniques. But that still wasn't enough to get me out. The following day, the deprogrammers asked me to read one of Moon's speeches and said, what do you think, Steve? And I read it, and for the first time in 2.5 years, I had a negative thought. I thought, what a liar. Moon was talking to congressmen and senators saying how much he loved America and respected Americans, and he was surprised that he was being accused of brainwashing Americans. And I had heard him speak in person at least 100 times, how stupid Americans were, right? But once I had that thought, he's a liar. That means he's not trustworthy. That means he can't be of God. And it was like a house of cards going plop, 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 plop in my mind. And I cried for 3 hours. And here I am, 45 years later, trying to share my experience with the planet because everyone needs to understand this is not a mystical thing. You've heard of MK Ultra, the CIA research into mind control. The Russians were doing it. There was a Cold War run-up. I was MK Ultra 3.0. I would have died on command, killed on command. And thank God my family rescued me. So I'm here to tell you there's a dual identity that happens. There was Steve Hassan of Flushing, Queens, and then Steve Hassan, the son of Moon and his wife, the true parents of
What
the
about him
universe.
currently is giving nut
The
jobs?
real Steve reacted to my father's
This guy
fears.
can't kill a
And now I want to tell a fast story. I know I'm running out of time. Fast story. My father called me up when I was in the cult, thinking that he could get me out by just giving me facts. Sounds familiar? He said, Steve, what kind of messiah has an M16 gun factory?
All of them.
Little did he know I was trained to do thought stopping, which is a cognitive behavioral technique. I was crush Satan, glory to heaven, peace on earth, glory to heaven, peace on earth, crush Satan, crush Satan. So my father's intention was.
And the most evil thing is when someone uses religion on top of their parental authority to brainwash and abuse someone and then pimp them out for content online, in my opinion, but my issues are primarily with Ben, not Grace, but he directs her to kind of do weird shit on the internet. But I have faith that she's going to come out of it. And I would love to see her doing well and doing something productive and seeming happy and not having her eyes like 20 inches apart because she got beat up again. It's like, it's it's just depressing. And the whole chat is just like, kick loading.
No, I'm not gonna say nothing negative about Grayson being. You know that, Ruby.
But I'm talking about the chat.
No,
You won't say anything negative about Ben kicking and punching her?
I love him. I love him, and I love you. But I'm not saying I'm out of that. I'm just here enjoying the TED Talk.
David Koresh.
I think it's pretty easy to say that Ben is a physical, abusive, sexually abusive, emotionally abusive piece of shit. Grace has all the potential in the world to be a decent human being, but she's completely under his control. But I mean, I understand if you're new, to it. It took me a while. When I first met them, I really clicked with them. We had a lot in common. I talked to them online for like a couple months. I got totally integrated in the community. Then I met up with them in person, and they put on, a really good show at first, but cracks started showing and it got crazier and crazier and crazier until, she was showing up my porch physically bruised from being beat by Ben. And I offered to like Uber us out of there. There was a lot of crazy shit going on, and it was hard to be a part of. And I don't know why the fixation on me continues, except that Ben sees me as a threat because Grace was considering coming to stay with me. And, so he's like fixated on destroying. And it's just, why don't you bring, there's just some weird ass goal to bend her over. And I don't know, whatever. Anyway.
To get me to think, but he drove me deeper in. And I have a little party prop that I want to share. It's actually called Chinese handcuffs. Have you ever seen this?
Finger trap. Yep, finger traps.
The harder you pull, the tighter it gets. But if you explain to the person, you can get out of it by just putting your fingers together, using your thumbs to push. And voila. So what I'm here to share in my remaining time is a reality testing strategy. It's remarkably simple.
Yeah, she's a
it's
cam
based
girl.
on my doctoral
They do, it's
dissertation
abuse
on the
porn.
right
That's
model
what it
of
is.
authoritarian control and my influence continuum. Step 1, disconnect. We are addicted to our cell phones, and people who are in mind control cults are constantly being reinforced. So we need to take, I'm challenging anyone who's listening to this. If you're sure you weren't brainwashed like I was, take a time out. Turn off your phone, turn off your screens for a week. Okay? Step 1, learn about Chinese communist brainwashing and the major models. And I'm here to tell you that I did for my doctoral program the first quantitative study.
That's actually the more interesting part that got me kind of down this whole rabbit hole, was learning about the methods that Mao used during the communist takeover in China to gain control and manipulate the masses. He connected with a famous Russian philosopher, I believe his last name was Palval or something. I don't know. This video, it's not really slapping, but
David Koresh, that's a freaking interesting cult leader.
There's another one that I think is
David Koresh was a musician. That was the funny thing. Or
I could do all right. The option. I'm just gonna do this one. I already have this set up here.
The approaching millennium has fanned the
I remember that, dude.
UFO cults.
They all got nice ass
mainstream religion and cutting-edge science fiction. The belief in these technological angels comes from a long history of mankind's faith in a divine plan for the universe. The emergence of these UFO-obsessed groups became news around the world when 39 members of the Heaven's Gate cult committed suicide in Rancho Santa Fe, California in 1997.
I saw this live and it freaked me out.
Survivors of Heaven's Gate provide true stories,
the aftermath
which
live,
read like sci-fi novels. A cult leader's daughter tells of her mother's search for UFOs.
It's true.
A mother of a suicide victim describes her son's alien transformation. Members of another group, the Unarius Academy, just down the road from Rancho Santa Fe, drive to a secret UFO landing site where they claim 33 spaceships will arrive in the year 2001. How can we interpret this mania to seek contact with an alien race? Is it simply the human need to believe in the unexplained?
A moment ago when I said that the big surprise could come, that spacecrafts could come in by the thousands, maybe come in shifts.
In March 1997, Marshall Applewhite, the leader of Heaven's Gate, told his followers there was a UFO in the tail of the Hale-Bopp comet, which orbits the Earth once every 2,000 years. He convinced them that this was their signal to board the flying saucer, which would take them into eternity. In order to catch this ride, the 39 cult members committed suicide by a combination of phenobarbital, alcohol, and suffocation. For reasons that still remain unanswered, they wore Nike running shoes, sported Buzz haircuts, and carried $5 of quarters in their pockets. This tragedy was the culmination of 22 years of behavior modification under Marshall Applewhite's spell. What once started out as a grassroots Christian sect evolved into a dark millennial cult with beliefs in aliens and Armageddon.
This is obviously
So,
fake news.
When they presented the picture of being able to literally leave
What if it really did happen?
in a craft,
were
so to
being done?
speak,
Right.
which
What if
they
we,
were
like,
saying
we are
was
wrong? Like,
similar
this is
to
right,
what
we did
Jesus
this,
did.
that's
He actually left in a physical body. When they overlaid that with modern day technological information, like that cloud of light was a UFO, it all lined up for me.
Early on, Marshall Applewhite and his co-leader Bonnie Nettles had convinced themselves and their followers that they were God's emissaries, here to lead humanity out of a corrupt world. Applewhite said he and Nettles had come from outer
that guy looks
space,
familiar.
taking on human bodies as camouflage. They offered salvation to members who could overcome their attachment to human desires such as sex, money, and drugs.
Bro, Mark,
Where
don't
did
get
this
me.
desperate and bizarre mixture of
Why does that like make sense to me right now? It's like a theory, like, because if you think about it, because I've been thinking about this a lot about like if like, do you know like certain Christians like the Amish, they live like without any technology. Part of me is like, did they just know what the fuck was up? Like, are they the real ones or like?
Yep, she froze. I was gonna say I grew up around a lot of Amish people, and I worked for Amish people, and
Man, I ain't trying to talk bad about
But
dogs,
doesn't it kind of? I don't know.
but they make some good furniture.
oh yeah, I agree.
I just think that maybe they were onto something. I don't know.
Somewhere in the 1800s, they're part of like the larger Anabaptists, and they all had like this meeting. They were concerned about the way the world and society was going, and this was back in the 1800s. So they all developed a form of like uniformity. So they wore like the same type of clothes, had the same bowl cuts,
yep,
goatees and everything.
Like, did they dress in the colors of the sun, or is that a different cult? Because
mostly just pastel
where they
type
all would
colors.
only wear. It was like the cult of Bhagwan. I think it was an Indian cult, though.
Sci-fi and millennial madness begin. Before Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Lou Nettles became so-called alien
Really,
agents,
the Moonies are still
they
going
were
strong.
living
I didn't know
separate
that.
lives
Actually.
of quiet
I didn't look
desperation.
that much into the Moonies.
Their twisted partnership began some 25 years earlier
We can watch
in
something
Houston.
about that instead if people think that's
Bonnie's
interesting.
daughter,
I'm
Terry
open.
Nettles, recalls when she was 14 years old, she and her mother would stand in their backyard, searching the skies for UFOs, hoping they would be transported.
It would be really
Wishful
neat if
thinking.
one would come and pick us up and take us away, because neither one of us really felt like we were part of this world, that we were always on the outside looking in. And we used to dream about that a lot. We wanted something different.
At the same time, in nearby Corpus Christi, Marshall Applewhite's perfect life began to unravel. His 16-year marriage dissolved and his career as a college music professor ended when he was accused of a sexual relationship with a male student. Then Applewhite met Bonnie Lou Nettles, just as her 23-year marriage was ending as well.
They met in '72 at the theater I used to work at. He was teaching music and drama. It started out with my mom doing astrology charts for the mothers. And I remember her telling me, we were in the living room, that there was something about his chart, something there that was a lot different than somebody else's.
From the start, her relationship with Marshall Applewhite was based on a spiritual connection that shunned sex. They turned their New Age and Christian ideologies into a business and went searching for followers. While Nettles recited the Bible inside and out,
I looked into Gnosticism too. I did, like, before, you know, being kind of more settled into my Christian era, I was reading into Gnosticism, and we actually have a section in the bookstore that it's not a huge section, but we have some interesting, like, books on the topic, and I think it's interesting. There's some interesting ideas, but I've definitely been vibing more with, like, the Bible and just kind of doing that vibe.
Was the charming frontman.
Charming, all right.
On New Year's Day, 1973, Applewhite and Nettles set out on what they called a spiritual road trip. Though Bonnie Nettles left her daughter and son behind with her ex-husband, she wrote to Terry regularly.
It's really difficult to believe all this.
After a year on the road, their unorthodox gospel began to take shape.
July 26, 1973. Dearest Terry, we have finally come out of the wilderness and know what our mission is. It is definitely a big one. In fact, we have been sent to fulfill the scriptures the same as Jesus and others came to do. This has been revealed in John's Revelations. I am not kidding, baby. This is for real. I knew it was something very important from the very beginning.
Along the way, they had financial difficulties, and Applewhite was arrested in Kansas for stealing a rental car. During his 6-month jail sentence, he fine-tuned his doctrine. Upon Applewhite's
Right, we
release,
got the people
he
with the
and
bad
Nettles
taste
contacted
sending
UFO
over.
researcher
Welcome.
Hayden Hughes
I think a lot
in
of
hope
your
of
evil
spreading their
degenerates,
message.
but you're welcome to watch this as long as you don't
Murph
act like
Applewhite said, Hayden, you could do our nation a tremendous service.
I know it's hard going
by
back to
whatever
interacting
means you
with
have available to
society.
you by simply stating
being
that
in
there are
the
two individuals here
universe.
to show
And for
that
most of
death
your band
can be
anyway.
overcome
I only
like
have, like,
Jesus did
25
2,000
people
years
currently.
ago. And they compared it much like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, that their life here would go through a metamorphosis into a level above humans.
They called their group Human Individual Metamorphosis. By the fall of 1975,
Dude, I was thinking of
Applewhite and
making.
Nettles gave
Am
them
I trying to start a cult with little LOL angels? Because I actually think it would be a good idea for advertising is to print out, like, a sheet, like how people do, like, for, like, if they're looking for a roommate or something, you can, like, rip off a number off the paper. I was gonna do one that's like, are you spiritually confused, like, insane, blah blah blah, just something really crazy, and have, like, a bunch of little things so people can rip off the LOL angels info.
No, there's nothing wrong with promoting yourself or your show.
Yeah, the only thing I'm hesitant of is, like, doing a lot of promotion in my city, because already I've only been recognized once, and the person was totally cool. If they're watching this, you were totally fine and chill, but I don't know. Then there was another time someone walked in the bookstore, made a comment in my hat, acted really weird, and I was like, are they from the channel? So I almost don't know if I want to, like, cultivate too many fans in my city. But it would also be good to have people to collaborate with who already stream, because none of my friends really want to do this degenerate, like, freaky bullshit for very obvious reasons. It's not for everyone. It's not for most. It's not for most.
HRB1, he says Applewhite makes me think of a lunatic Captain Kangaroo castrating all of them. Dude, he kind of gives me that or like a Mr. Rogers, like a UFO Mr. Rogers cult vibe.
He always reminded me of, like, an evil Pope John.
Captain Kangaroo, or
no, the Applewhite guy from
yeah. Themselves names like Bo and Peep, Guinea and Pig, or Doe and
Got those bipolar eyes. Look familiar? Look from he's got those bipolar eyeballs.
T, notes in the musical scale. They also referred to themselves as the two, based on the two witnesses in the book of Revelations, who were slain and then ascended into heaven. At their recruitment meetings all across the country, they were extremely persuasive with their sci-fi pitch to potential members.
That was so intriguing to me, is what was it? What combination came together that compelled people literally to, as in the apostolic age, that this was Peter and James and John and Matthew suddenly leaving their work and following the teacher. We had the same situation here. They simply said, come with us, and they did.
Applewhite even convinced people he
Woman,
could
you're a
communicate
pussy ass bitch. You never can
through
shut
secret
no mouth.
codes of thought.
He said,
Okay, so
Mr.
all he
Hughes,
does
if
is
you ever
watch
need to
all
get
of my
hold of
streams.
me,
He watches all my streams front to back. He is in chat. Front to back. And every minute or so he just goes, ugh. Cringe. This is so lame. He's literally typing some upset teenage girl.
HIV one is mentioning the subgenius cult. You're familiar with the subgenius stuff, right?
Yeah,
that was
No, I don't think so. Unless I'm just
it is funny. It's funny. It's a joke basically, but it's basically mocking cults and stuff like that. If you ever want to look into it, they made weird propaganda videos that were funny. They were showing on Night Flight back in the day.
Oh, interesting.
Gave me a secret code.
We should watch one of
which
those.
Was
They're not too long.
Praying to Bonnie and Herf with the Lord's Prayer. And then about 14, 15 months later, there was widespread publicity about some people that disappeared in Oregon after attending a UFO lecture. So I decided to use the code. Then the next morning received a telephone call. And when he said, "You have now asked," I thought, well, maybe these people are, who they say they are.
Human individual metamorphosis attracted a number of veterans of the fading hippie counterculture.
Most of the members had been involved in other religious endeavors, transcendental meditation,
A lot of
tarot
hippies turned
cards,
into
astrology.
join
they were
religious
religious
communities and cults and stuff throughout the 70s. Once the
That
whole
makes sense because it was about
Yeah.
rebellion, finding meaning, and people
Mhm.
who are on that quest, even though it's a fulfilling life quest that everyone should be on, they can also tend to find an ideology and be overly eager for it to be the explanation, the theory of everything for their personal universe, when there is that doesn't really exist.
Quadratic's profile pic is the Bob Dobbs guy that was used for the Subgenius logo.
Oh, really? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Oh, it's funny to know the little backstory for that.
seekers for the most part.
In order to keep the business going, members sold blood at blood banks and asked for contributions from Christian bookstores.
All right, I guess we basically know this story. I'll fast forward to the end. They all kill themselves, convinced that they were going to go up with the aliens. I'm not sure how many people. I kind of want to see something about the Moonies because.
So
there's a little Vice thing with that same guy.
They all had these brand new speakers, but they didn't think to bring any Nintendo 64s or PlayStations with them. You know what I mean?
Right. Sorry, that was funny.
I'm guessing maybe the aliens had a Dreamcast 3 years
Yeah,
before it came out,
probably. Sega.
Yeah.
Do the Dreamcast, bro. I forgot about the Dreamcast, dude. That was our jam. Oh wait, I wanted to say this, Devin. Right,
Was the last
Movie
known cult the
which is,
Waco cult? I don't want to
Cult from the other guy.
be mean about
Millions
them.
of followers believe he is the Messiah.
Waco, that happened in 92, 3, I think.
Oh wow, yeah, Waco.
Oh, it's okay, yeah. Yeah. I'm
Powerful
sorry.
and
Not that long
charismatic and
David
kicking and
Koresh.
thumping his hands and waving his hands as he spoke. I just knew him as the Messiah. I was in awe.
They are told they are saving the world, but they're really just building Moon's financial empire.
Maybe they are.
feed them cheaply, house them cheaply, get them out in a van, do the fundraising, maximize the profit over them, and just constantly keep the money flowing.
This is the story of Reverend Moon, told by ex-members of his Unification Church.
I was a terrible fundraiser, just absolutely terrible, because I'm shy, and I would start thinking things like, why do we need money? What is the money for?
They gave up everything for Reverend Moon. Was it a
There's
benevolent
an, I'm
religion
sure,
or malignant cult?
not to generalize, but there is some truth to, like, you know, Asian countries tend to be more collectivist. So I can imagine, you know, cults tend to be, it's a very collectivist group. Actually, not necessarily. Well, it's like all like top down, very like collectivist, if that makes sense.
Let me tell you really clearly, it is a cult. It is dangerous. It is intoxicating. It is extremely difficult to leave.
It's a joyous day at RFK Stadium. Over 28,000 couples are about to be married at the same time. Presiding over the ceremony is the Korean minister, the Reverend Sung-myung Moon. These are arranged marriages for these couples.
Hey, maybe this will be my new religion.
They are all members of
Holy
the
shit.
Unification Church.
I'm already learning Korean. I'm obsessed with K-pop, and I'm
Yeah.
on my spiritual journey arc, and it meshes with Christianity. There's some flavor of that. Oh, watch out, guys! I might this might work as a commercial more than a deterrent. Okay,
Ruby going to
And the
get married now.
next ceremony. Watch
Yeah,
out.
can I come?
Of course.
And this is the pinnacle for followers of the church, a cleansing of evil spirits.
And supposedly by getting this ceremony, you are magically rendered immune to these spirits bothering you. Oh, the blessing will cure everything. No matter what your problem is, once you go through the blessing, you go through the holy wine ceremony, and then you do the big wedding. Bingo, all your problems are gone. Your psychological, emotional, spiritual troubles will evaporate.
Yolande Brenner celebrated a similar wedding at Olympic Stadium in Seoul, South Korea. She's a devoted follower, but she has complicated feelings about marrying a man who is essentially a stranger.
On some level, I was hopeful, and on another level, I just felt strange because, I mean, we hadn't had any contact or conversation really, or any type of intimacy whatsoever.
The unusual ceremony is just another area of members' lives that is totally controlled by Reverend Moon.
You would marry who he said to marry. You would live with your spouse if he said so. And so this was the kind of controlled existence that members of the Unification Church lived. Every area of their life was controlled by Reverend Moon and the leaders of the church.
Sun-myung Moon is born in North Korea in 1920. From a very early age, he claims to be clairvoyant and can see the future. At age 15, he hikes into the mountains on Easter Sunday morning to pray and says that he sees Jesus in a cloud. He claims Jesus tells him to take over his unfinished mission.
Reverend Moon's claim that he is the Messiah, that he is going to fulfill what Jesus failed to do, which is bring the world to peace and unify the world under one belief system, of course, that being his and he being the leader. And that is why they call it the Unification Church.
Moon claims he later has spiritual encounters with Buddha, Mohammed, Confucius, and other religious prophets. In 1948, Reverend Moon tries to preach Christianity in North Korea, but he's arrested by the communist government. He's accused of spying for South Korea and put in a prison
Good
camp.
for them.
In the
They
camp,
should have
he was
arrested him.
subjected to brainwashing techniques. methods he later incorporates into the indoctrination programs of the Unification Church.
Reverend Moon himself learned about what we call thought reform, or what many people would call brainwashing, by being in a North Korean POW camp. And when you look at the structure and the programming, the schedule within these indoctrinational camps that Reverend Moon created, you realize he's doing it. He's doing what the North Koreans did.
During the Korean War, Moon escapes to South Korea and establishes his Unification Church in 1954. His theology is a mix of
I
Christianity,
do believe that's what Ben
Confucianism,
ultimately wanted to
shamanism,
be. He wants to be a
and
cult leader with a bunch
anti-communist
of
rage.
bitches.
Him and Grace
Moon
should
is
start a
mythical,
UFO cult.
but it is said that he sleeps with young women followers to purify them.
Convert their RV
In
into a saucer.
1960, he divorces his first wife and marries his cook's daughter, Hak Ja-han, who is 23 years younger than Moon. In
that's normal.
1957, his book, The Divine Principle, is published, and it becomes
Oh, are
the
you
guiding
fucking
text
kidding
of the
me?
church.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
What?
What
Guess
does
who
that
probably done that to you?
Oh, yeah.
It'll come back. Hold up, just give it some time.
Well, everyone in chat is just saying copyright no, but
It says stream unavailable, but I mean it's still
It says stream suspended for policy violations.
exactly for what though?
So
it might be the
it was probably from all of Grace's people. So they probably reported me for it.
it
Well,
might,
whatever. I mean,
it
we're
might
even
be from the
hours, so.
it might be from the documentary. Because there's nothing they could really report you for. It might have been like an automatic thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully it comes back, but I mean, if not, at least it's like 2 hours.
So anyway, Miss Ruby, Stevie, what do you
Yeah.
guys think? What do you guys think about UFOs since that was brought up?
Oh god, I was into them years ago, but I have to see one to really believe it.
You know what? I never believed, but here lately I'm starting to lean towards towards there's actually something else out there. I really am.
I mean, unidentified flying object, that could be anything. So yeah, if you say you saw a UFO, it is probably true if it's unidentified.
No, I'm
Just
talking
whether or not it
about
was an alien.
like the amateur astronomy where they got things actually moving in space and then stopping and making angles and backwards and things like that. Like in space, they have that stuff through you know how they record it while they're looking at the planets and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about those kind of videos. That's kind of what's I'm like, that's not a satellite movement either. So
Yeah,
I don't know,
about.
man. It's crazy.
Me and my
All
friend.
right. Well, I guess it's XL. I'm just gonna use this opportunity to go get food anyway, but I think I'm just gonna do a phone stream after that and just come back that way.
All right. SNL 50 is coming up. I might catch that, but yeah, I might try to catch both. I don't know. But
What's SNL 50?
Saturday Night Live, their 50th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
They're doing like a
I'm
3-hour
gonna grab
special.
some food and some tea anyway, Miss Ruby. Thanks for having me up, and I love you so much, darling. And I hope you have a blessed rest of your day.
You too. All right. Have a great night, guys. Bye.
Yep.
All right. Hey,
Bye. Bye,
Catch
Stevie.
you later, dude.
Yeah, man.
Well, hello.
Oh, what's up?
I just saw the catch up. I guess is the stream on? I don't know if anyone's like. Oh, Polly.
Yeah.
Dude, this has been like the most wild, like crazy tech issues, like so many consecutive issues. But I know that's, you know what? Some people are here for the chaos, and I certainly feel like chaos was delivered. We are so fucking back, bitches. Yeah, and I didn't even go out to get food, but I could also maybe order something. But we can keep this stream going for a little more. I'll drop the link again.
Watch the
end abruptly.
I
Oh, we were
sent
watching the fucking thing. I liked that.
Yeah, I got copyright. The Subgenius video.
Oh yeah, we can't watch.
No, we can watch that one. I put in the private chat the link to it.
Okay, all right.
That one's not copyright. That's like an old video from like.
Okay. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder what happened.
I think it was a documentary that.
Do you think it was just like an auto thing? Like
yeah.
Yeah, that makes usually sometimes with like newer ones. I wonder if it's gonna be like cut out or I don't know. This has never happened to me, and I usually like I placed clips and things and like random videos, but you know, I don't know. That hasn't happened to me before. I thought Ruby was gonna stay alive. I was, but Stevie contacted me to let me know the stream is still going. Otherwise, yeah, it would have just kept going until like maybe. Well, I would have noticed at some point. What am I looking for right now? To move all my supplies back over here. All right, let me pull up this video. Let me get this set up. I sent you a screenshot. It says something about a policy violation.
Yeah, it was probably an auto detect because usually when the stream ends, it'll come back after a while. And this one took a little bit longer than usual. That's why like you ended. Then all of a sudden, as me and Jimmy
because we were waiting for like a couple minutes, and it was just kind of like I don't know. I just thought that was that. I didn't think it was gonna come back. Gamer, she got a copyright. No biggie. Yeah. Hopefully it's nothing. I don't think I did anything against the rules in this episode. I don't think. All right, let me go to private chat. I don't know why I don't see it. Can you drop the link again? It might have like lost it 'cause it's reloaded. Or I can look it up if you give me like some keyword. Oh wait, here it is. Okay.
It's like a parody. It's like a fake cult that's like they worship aliens and money, which is what cults do. They worship money.
Often.
But they don't. Yeah, but.
Okay, let me get this going.
I don't know if I still have the book somewhere, but it takes all these conspiracies and like mashes them into one. But this is like schizo stuff. It's funny.
Subconscious mind flashing a message.
These are cool visuals. I'll use that for like a background or something.
This was on a show called Night Flight on USA Network in the 80s and 90s. Before YouTube, you could be like an independent filmmaker or something and just submit it to this channel, to USA Network.
That's so cool.
And they would show it late at night. I saw the last few years.
YouTube.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's so cool.
I saw the last few years.
Not like America's Funniest Home Videos. We're like.
Night, alarmed Santa Fe parents met again with elementary school officials.
Oh, this part's funny.
Discussed the growing presence of Bob in the schools. Bob, the deity of the Dallas-based Church of the Subgenius, is a comic book character who communicates with aliens and worships money. Parents and teachers complain that the Bob stickers and pamphlets, which have turned up in school lavatories with increasing frequency, encourage troublemakers and weird behavior.
It's not healthy for the children. I'm convinced of this.
Oh, this is funny.
A pamphlet going around, a Bob pamphlet that I have looked at, and it's the least well-adjusted children, really. It tells them that if they are uncomfortable with their classmates, it is because they are better than their classmates. Can you imagine this? Better. Not smarter, mind you, but better.
Wise up! They're out to get you. The different are being silenced by a global conspiracy.
The different.
Find out who
they are and how to smash them. You probably already knew that the U.S. government is a sham, something propped up there for you to blame. But did you know that the real powers that be are not even people? That they are actually shambling, unbelievable, unmentionable, unthinkable things? Yes, Jehovah is
an alien and still threatens this planet. Defy the sinister star forces which mock us all. Evil demons have kept the truth from humanity for thousands of years.
God has been misquoted all this time. His actual words may disturb you, but Bob Dobbs is a bulwark against the unbearable fear and anxiety tormenting mankind.
Repent, quit your job, slack off. The world ends tomorrow and you may die.
That was really good. I liked the visuals of that. I'll use that for something.
Each of us thinks of ourselves.
We should do that for like future streams. Just get some like old, like weird, like short films or something to watch, or
I want to include like more
artistic
pre-uploaded
stuff.
clips that I can like do to like separate segments.
Yeah.
So that would be like a cool like little, just like a 5-second thing to separate going from one segment. But we
Mhm.
need to get more structure. That's why today was such an epic fail, because I was actually going to try to have this like structured, like well done episode, and I make all these
Yeah.
notes, and then I'm like, what? How am I supposed to read through like these huge? I can't even read my handwriting. Like it doesn't even. Whatever. I'm working on my system. We're making it up as we go.
Mhm.
D-Dog? I wish. Where is D-Dog? Where we took these gems for granted until it was too late.
That D-Dog?
Yeah.
As kind of a little god. It's very uncomfortable for us to think that our desires might not be entirely our own. There's a
Wait,
certain
I don't want to watch something that I'm gonna get scapegoated for again, or not scapegoated. I'm just literally repeating what it. Wow, I'm so easily influenced.
Mhm.
I don't want to watch something that I'm gonna get stricken for again. What the fuck? Now I'm like paranoid. Not that it matters. This channel's never gonna get monetized. It's gonna be on one of my alts.
There's still hope.
Can Zayzudid survive and fallout? We need to talk about pseudo-intellectuals, debate perverts. That could be interesting. Normalizing mediocrity. Oh, that song I just was so good.
Normalizing mediocrity, like that's a good thing, or
I'm not sure what their take is going to be.
Jose's got some pretty good videos.
Oh yeah.
His freaking video on Al Bundy. Because I grew up watching that show.
Oh, here's like Mark Fusion has that clip. It's a pretty good clip, and I fully permit Mark Fusion to take little clips like that because ultimately it helps my channel and makes me feel like a celebrity. I don't know. What do you think is like safe? I'm gonna do the President Sunday video because I don't think I'm gonna get struck by him. It just seems like a safe. Ooh, linguistics. I've been on a linguistics kick too.
Oh god, 2 hours. Man, young Chomsky was kind of, I wouldn't say a stud, but you know, like compared to what, because he's like 90 now. It's just weird to see him when he was like younger.
Well, I didn't even see it.
That's the linguistics video you were hovering over.
Oh, really? That was him? Where?
That's him right there. Look at that. The linguistics iceberg. You just scrolled right over it.
Oh. That's Noam Chomsky?
Yeah.
What? Oh, no, I didn't know that. We have like so many Noam Chomsky books, and like the selection at our bookstore is crazy for Noam Chomsky. We have a whole like linguistics like section in the like philosophy and political science area. All right, where is it going? Colts, Lolcow queens, Colts, queens.
Cult queens.
Angels. Oh, I like
Lolcow
Peter
cult.
Boghossian. You probably don't like him. Well, this could be interesting. Actually,
I don't know what that is.
He's not a striker. He's
People
like
would say, you know, you can't.
I don't know. I would put him in line with like he's like identifies as being on the left, but he's kind of like in line with like maybe like a Brett Weinstein or like, you know, that kind of like classical liberal, like more centristy kind of vibes. But I am all about that shit. So
Can't defend men. If you defend men, then you're defending violence, you're defending rape, you're defending incels, you're defending. Do you know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so let's take a step back. So your work, which I don't even remotely find controversial, like zero.
I think it's very boring.
Bubblegum pink hat.
I don't think it's boring. I think it's extremely interesting and rigorous. That's what I think.
He knows how to make me and Grace both feel
and I think it's analytical and very thoughtful, well thought out.
No.
Welcome to Conversations with me, Peter Boghossian. Today, I am absolutely delighted to welcome Nina Power to my show. Nina is an English philosopher and author. She's the senior editor at Compact Magazine, an incredibly smart, thoughtful, and rational, sane person. We had a very candid personal conversation. I hope you enjoy the show. Thank you. I love your books. I love talking to you. So what do men want?
Okay, so What Do Men Want is a book that came out last year.
Yeah. Which I read and loved.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. Well, it's initially, the title is obviously a joke about Freud, because Freud famously asked, what does woman want? And he says, I don't know, I can't answer this question. So I thought I would turn it around. And well, I wanted to write a book that was actually very reasonable and moderate, because the sort of debate, at least in kind of middle class media, has been very antagonistic, like presenting this battle of the sexes, which has been massively ramped up in the last kind of 5-10 years, whether it's through Me Too or ideas of the sort of rehashed versions of the patriarchy, which are very bad and very thin versions of actually good work that women were doing in the 70s. Kind of weird liberal feminism that has as its supplement a kind of permitted hatred of men. And, you know, I have loads of male friends. You know, I live with a man. My brother is a good man. My father is a good man. And I think it was partly just this personal response to this kind of seemingly, incredibly mean-spirited and, I don't know, unfair, unjust criticism of men as a whole that I wanted to respond to and say, like, what's going on here? Like, why are men under siege? You know, is there...
Yeah, why? Okay, so I've also seen men under siege. What do you mean by that? Or masculinity, or they invent the term toxic masculinity. Like, what is your take?
Well, sure. So I think, you know, I'm very influenced by the work of Ivan Illich, who's this great subversive Catholic thinker, and he wrote this book in 1982 called Gender. And he has this whole idea of what he describes the sad loss of gender. And he uses gender in a very strange way, but he's talking about modernity and the kind of the movement towards like this idea.
Grace, can you cough now and I'll come? No, there's nothing pure about that man, but he is hilarious. And I don't know. I guess he's pure in a kind of like untouched snow in a way that an isolated human being might end up being.
You're a homogenous human being, right? So all of the distinctions between the sexes under modernity are kind of gradually eroded. So men and women could do the same jobs. If you have an economy that's more or less, you know, where everyone's interchangeable, then the differences between the sexes become less and less relevant. And we have a culture that sort of simultaneously erodes those differences, right? Like says, oh, it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. We see that with the kind of gender madness taken to an extreme, right? So that sexual difference becomes something almost optional, right? And in a kind of knowledge economy or a service economy, like those distinctions, you know, by the way, men still do all the most dangerous jobs, of course. So we don't actually have, equality in terms of employment. But And at the same time, you have this kind of like permitted outlets for your hatred, right? So at the same time, you have this attack on like incels, for example. So these kind of young men who are supposed to be misogynistic and hate women, and they're very dangerous, you know, and you're allowed to sort of hate them, right? Because they're outsiders, even though you might want to say, well, what's wrong with young men wanting to find a girlfriend or whatever? You know, are they really misogynistic? You know, but you have all these kind of groups you're allowed to hate, right? And this is how resentment works. This is how the media works, right? You create a group and you other them and you say you're allowed to hate them, right? So the sort of supplement for the liberal middle class woman who's working in a city, you're allowed to hate men, right? And, you know, we had this great historical reckoning called Me Too, right? In which every bad date, every misunderstanding, everything, you know, and I'm not saying that there aren't terrible situations, right? But they're relatively rare, you know, where there's real violence, where there's real kind of horror, you know, between men and women, and men are absolutely responsible for the vast majority of interpersonal violence, right?
Correct.
Usually against each other and against themselves. And I wanted to talk about male suicide, which is, you know, I've had 3 male friends commit suicide, you know, and this isn't that unusual. You know, male suicide is a huge problem. And if we care about humanity as such, we would definitely want to care about human beings killing themselves, whether it's through state-assisted euthanasia in Canada and elsewhere, or by their own hand. You know, so men are not like happy, right? It's not like if the patriarchy is so successful, why are all these unhappy men, you know, really? So yeah, there are all these things going on, you know, and we're being presented with the story about toxic masculinity, but the way it relates to this industrialization question is actually, you don't need masculinity.
I am kind of, now that you put it like that, that makes me, but I'm so gullible. I thought Princess literally like died the other day. I think everyone, well, I mean, people can and do die at any moment. So it's like, who knows what happened. But I thought he just left in shame.
How is Prawn doing?
I haven't talked to him. I checked in on him. And he posted a link to his friend's subathon thing in my Discord. There was a brief interaction there, but I haven't talked to him. All I know is he is definitely not dead. So that was a relief. Standing up Grace was empowered. I mean, she's been not allowed for a while, based on the terrible behavior of her and her father.
Anymore. That's the kind of underlying message, right? So all of those things we would associate with masculinity, like strength and judgment and taking responsibility, which is what the patriarchs in the Bible are really about. Patriarchy is not about stealing things and hoarding power. It's about taking responsibility. You know, we also have a really infantile culture that basically tells people to remain as like children and consumers forever, you know, interchangeable consumers. Doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, you're just basically a toddler. Yeah. So, you know, you create this world in which actually all of those virtues, those masculine virtues, are basically irrelevant. And you're allowed to mock men, right? Like, so this is why anything to do with masculinity, whether it's like weightlifting or like eating certain foods or whatever, are now coded as right wing, right? They're sort of beyond the pale of the liberal, acceptable liberal.
You haven't seen that? Some people, right? It's
there the is a fat fraction of it, but
I mean, I feel like the run of the mill kind of like Jim Bro guy, you know, he's probably listening to like Joe Rogan or like
a lot of
Musk and like
it's,
you know, they're taking, you know, maybe Alex Jones supplements. I don't fucking know. I don't think it's like encoded, but I think there's that. There
basically
is
okay. As somebody
who
with
personal responsibility.
As somebody who's been working out since they were like 13 and stuff, who played sports in high school and all this stuff, a lot of these gym bros, they don't follow a lot of stuff outside of that. And when they do,
well, it's not about whether or not they are. It's just whether they're like coded.
Sometimes they do kind of follow into like the Rogan stuff where they're just like, I don't know, they're easy to say stuff before they, like Rogan, he says stuff before he knows the facts. And he blares it on his podcast and stuff.
You know? But yeah, he should be careful on his platform.
That's one thing I kind of learned being on the internet so long. Is just I know that I could be fact checked at any time for anything I said, so I have to be somewhat like conscious of that I could say something wrong, or I have to get my facts straight though. I'll agree a little bit. Yeah, there's a certain thing with like the bro community where they just say shit without even like thinking.
So do you think if we pulled like the gym bro like stereotype, do you think it would be like evenly split like politically? I'm just curious.
That's hard to tell. I mean, okay, a lot of gym bro influencers, if they do have any politics, it's probably going to be maybe, if not necessarily right wing, but maybe towards like a lot of what we call bro science. If that makes any sense.
So you think
like they look for just stuff that they might think is like natural instead of like scientifically proven. It's hard to explain.
I mean, there's just so many places I can go with this. So when you wrote this, I thought it was an extraordinarily clear and eminently reasonable tone, but others did not.
Sure. I mean, people more before it came out when they didn't know what it said, but people tried to cancel it. Yeah. I mean, so people would say, you know, you can't defend men. If you defend men, then you're defending violence, you're defending rape, you're defending incels, you're defending, do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, I do. Okay, so let's take a step back. So your work, which I don't even remotely find controversial, like zero.
I think it's very boring.
Paul said something. A lot of gym bros act like
I don't
valley
think it's
girls
boring.
and
I
have no
think it's
clue what they're
extremely
talking about where
interesting
I
and
live,
rigorous.
I
That's what
agree.
I
There's a
think it is.
lot
I
of
think
them like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Anywhere.
Oh, there's total like himbos for sure. Can I come now?
Well, okay, one of my coworkers.
Can you? Do you know what I was watching during that little interlude there? Is there anything I could have been watching? Maybe I don't know. That maybe you were
One of my coworkers who is huge into
looking at
lifting.
where you were doing before you hopped on my thing, King.
One of my coworkers who is huge into lifting is a very like well articulate guy. I wish I could get him to come on a panel or something, but he's definitely not right wing. But maybe he's an anomaly. I don't know.
I don't know. I've just heard of it being like, when she says quoted, I don't think she means like everyone who works out is right way. I think it just means that there's this idea that there's an association there that people have, whether it's an accurate reflection of
The right is really good at trying to project like macho-ness, and I think a lot of it's rooted in insecurity.
So that could, maybe that's where the association comes from.
And that's maybe.
Also, I think I'm gonna unban Spicoli. I didn't have to ban him. I was just getting annoyed. But what is oh my god, King. Did I just hear a voice? Am I schizophrenic now?
I heard a voice too.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh my God, ladies, I didn't hear it.
I think I didn't. I think it was coming from you.
Right wingers are definitely not more alpha.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds crazy talk. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get cinnamon rolls. We're gonna eat cinnamon rolls tonight.
Dude, don't make me hungry. I just came back. I was about to come back on this. You're making me hungry now.
I'm so hungry.
Actually, I can maybe afford to your food. What's up, dog? Anyway, maybe we can all watch together. Maybe we can watch some of Grace's stream together of you on her panel.
What was that?
I don't know. I think
Grace, don't or Ruby. Don't
my! Wow, he can't even keep us.
Okay, there's we don't have to do
rigorous.
what we want to do.
And I think it's analytical and very.
What?
I don't know. I gotta be. Can I
Because
get
what?
my fucking? I
Thoughtful, well
get
thought
manners
out.
like you too. Okay, I fucking don't like to walk around my house. Okay, can we just do this together at the same time?
Oh my God.
Fuck.
I do want cinnamon rolls now, though. That sounds really good. King does gets specked. Come on, don't twist it.
There's been a reaction to you and your work.
I am the one who ain't getting no respect around here. calling me
God.
his name on my own damn show.
You had an academic
Where you confused me with a hot 22-year-old.
position,
Mhm.
and are you comfortable talking about
Oh,
that?
sure, yeah.
Yeah, and then I want to get back to this, but I want to use that as a segue.
Sure. Well, I think, I mean, I was doing philosophy, studying philosophy at Warwick in the late 90s and early 2000s, and also then in London. And philosophy was very exciting at that time, like people who could really talk about anything. There was lots of people working on kind of, in my field, like European philosophy, French philosophy, post-war thought. And, it was very vibrant. And there's some crazy stuff being discussed also, like kind of at Warwick, the whole kind of post-Nick Land, CD plant, cybernetic research unit, people who are thinking about the internet to come really and technology to come. And it was very wild and, lots of, I guess, people taking a lot of drugs and, thinking very much outside the box. And, it's very exciting. And then, so I thought, wow, this is brilliant. I just want to do philosophy forever and, have interesting conversations with exciting people and talk about concepts and think about nature and whatever. But academia, like all institutions, and again, this is where Illich is very good because he points out that all institutions.
What?
I can't hear her.
You can't hear her?
No, I couldn't hear her.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not being rude. I'm not being rude.
Chat, could he hear her? Can we do a poll? Type H if he did hear her and no if he did not. Type H or L if he's lying.
Lying. Yep. TK is lying. Oh, Polly, you're a lying asshole, dude.
Wow.
She's lying.
The votes are flooding in, and it's really not.
No, hold up, dude. No, I'm not a jerk.
Ooh, I'm seeing a lot of these guys. It's kind of looking like the Lolcow Queens chat when Purple Hair is on. It's a lot of L's. Lots of oh my goodness.
When Purple's on. That's funny. I know what that meant. That's funny.
I'm glad it landed at least with sewing because it was a very you have to be a couple loops over to really get that.
The nerd has to know.
Yeah. So
only the nerds would get that.
What do you think about the Lolcow Queens, Tommy? Do you think they take it too far? Do you think it's a-okay? What do you think?
What I think is, oh my gosh, I think that my L is pressed on my keyboard. 1 second, I gotta move it. Okay. So what I think is, that show was supposed to be birthed by the woman that we know it was supposed to be birthed on, and if she's the person we shouldn't talk about, that is the bitch we shouldn't talk about. But we know that show should have been her show. It should have been your show. It should have been both. You two women should have been you two could have been the Lolcow Queens, is what I think. You two would have been the funnest.
If
Lolcow
she ever
Queens.
breaks out of that situation, who knows what the future holds? I don't really hold a grudge because I can't even remember a grudge, man.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why black and non-black and the same people.
Yeah, but we know who are good bitches, and you've been obviously a bottom bitch. She's a good bitch, and them hoes that were on the stream that Keem showed, they're not who we wanted. They weren't the bitches we wanted, because the bitches we wanted were Ruby. We wanted GT. We wanted RS. We wanted them bitches. Them bitches were the bitches that we wanted.
GT. Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I was full and wholeheartedly rejected by that show and called fake.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened to be while I was stressed out about my brother moving and
the most authentic. So
it wasn't just that, but yes, I did crash out.
Yeah, you were the most authentic person, and then they called you the most inauthentic person.
I know. Crazy. I feel gaslit.
That was crazy. That was crazy. I did notice that happen. That was wild.
And chat liked me, and chat still likes me.
Yeah.
But so it seemed kind of odd because I don't know that there just weren't that many strong competitors. I will say though, Purple Hair has proven herself to me. I doubted her streaming abilities, but as she's gotten more comfortable, she obviously can carry a show, is really fast on her feet, and can handle that environment, which is fucking crazy. I wouldn't last a minute there. I barely last my own stream. I wanted to quit my own stream.
Hold on, we have
today.
a super chat. We have a super chat from HNKVP9. King,
Super chat,
there's
huh?
no need to be on Keem's payroll when streamers like Ruby can have their own show. Thank you for the super chat, HNKVP9.
I mean, I agree, but it's just a matter of the eyeballs getting on my show and the people agreeing enough that it becomes a self-sustaining thing. For me, it's worthwhile either way because it's fun. But, who knows what the future holds.
Yeah.
But at this point, I would rather do my own thing and just build something from the ground up than be in a compromised situation, making stuff I'm not comfortable with that's based on humiliating other people, which is like what the opposite of like what LOL Angels is and what we want to do online. We're trying to, even if we don't get crazy viewers, like that's what we want to do online, and that's more important to us than
Very true. So you women, so if I can be a man that's gonna talk about what it is to be an e-thought, and so I assume there's revelations of e-thoughts, and the new revelation is a man e-thought, right? So now I guess I'm living this lifestyle with becoming a e-tom or whatever, but so
like an e-uncle
or whatever. So like, right. So now all of a sudden this last weekend, I've had about 4 different women that I was always nice to, or you and I have had nights to where
am I the 4 different women? I know I have different
you are part,
modes of
everyone's
being.
part of it. I just want to talk about this. Can we talk about this now? This needs to be talked about before it gets any deeper into the game. So now women. So what do you women do when you have because right now I just got smashed on about 4 different ex-girlfriends, and one I flirt a lot. So TK flirts a lot. I flirt with you, I flirted with all of you ladies, but I never really, I'm nice to a couple.
How many are there?
They all live in the same neighborhood.
How many bitches do you be flirting with?
Not that many. Not that many.
Wow, it's so many you can't even count.
But so what happened was today a new one fleshed out, right?
Ooh.
And she was one that I kind of forgot about, and I felt bad.
Who?
Okay.
Names.
Just an old friend. All right,
not I'm
Grace,
Googling
not
Tommy's
this
old
Grace,
friend. I'm gonna find them. Did you call me
That's
Grace
fine.
again?
Everyone watched. Everyone saw
Oh
it
my
happen. Everyone saw it
god!
happen. Grace,
Is this
it's not
a
Grace.
bit? Because I actually
you.
didn't. All right. Okay. Why don't we go watch Grace's stream? Let's go see how you was acting on her panel.
What I'm trying to say is this: is like, what is that? So women, what do you girls get away with when I'm nowhere near as like cool as women are, right? But women have dick that fucking gotta be fucking flirting with them all the time, and I barely simp, right? But then I simp a little bit, and then it goes out, and then TK just had this weekend of fucking. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna pull up a stream. I'm curious how you be acting on right before you go to my. I'm just curious. Let's just see. Just curious.
White man. He was considered a white.
Fuck, I don't know.
Ruby, you don't have anything on me. You don't have anything.
This is a bluff. I don't fucking know. I just am assuming.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are...
Thank you.
I don't feel like doing this bluff anymore. I don't feel like doing this bluff anymore. I'm just assuming that you guys are up to shit.
Grace would have fucking shot through this fucking. All you motherfuckers were supposed to freak out if I did do that. Stephen David, that was a bluff, bro.
That was a bluff.
Exactly. dude. Holy
But
fuck!
you were
I have my
scared.
line.
Maybe it's not a bluff.
It's close. I mean, I flirt with you, but fucking, hey, I do not simp. I don't simp. You guys, all you ladies know that. I'm a gentleman. I'm never a fucking jerk. You bitches are fucking worse than us dudes. I know that.
Wow.
You bitches are way worse than us dudes, homie.
Oh wait, you know what I was
Easy.
gonna look up is Princess's friend. So who OPC done. Everyone should sub. He's not going back inside of his house until he hits 1,000 subscribers. Prawn posted the link. It was like early this morning, and Prawn posted the link in my Discord, so I watched it. And this kid was like trying to sleep in a car at like 7 a.m.
I'm a real N-word. He's a fake N-word. I don't need to simp on hoes, dog. I'm sexy. I do look good. So there's a big difference.
I'm sexy. I do look good. I'm sexy.
Yeah.
Oh, that kid, man.
Why? I don't actually. Wait, am I like? I should probably vet who I'm like promoting. I actually don't know anything about that.
No. He's not like bad or anything, but
Well, I assume like he's someone Pronsis collaborates with, and Prawn posted it, and I chatted with him briefly. They seem nice. And they're like, "Oh, is that the Ruby who's beefing with everyone?" And I was like, "What?"
I don't know if he just lives with them or something, or
There's a big difference on being a handsome man.
Prawn streams. Yeah, they're kind of like gender ambiguous. I was not entirely positive, which is fine. We love androgyny. He's Prawn, so he lives in that house. Well, anyway, guys, check him out.
It's a big difference.
We'll pull him into we're gonna try to create a new galaxy, okay, full of planets. We need to do outreach. We need other people. You know, we got to figure something out. But here's someone in Prawn's orbit.
I'm gonna murder Kiss Me.
Ooh, Prawn's in chat. Or was in chat.
Yeah, that's fine. Kiss Me knows. He-Man knows. JF knows. These are all them are actually all my fans. We're friends, dude. Fuck that. Foreman's my homie.
Trying to come on deer, literally.
So Attaway panel. Get correct. Grace went to Dad's parents from Arizona.
Wait, I asked him a question he might answer. Give it a second.
I should probably get a vest.
This is our moment. He might.
monetization. Is he going for 500 or 1,000, man? Because
1,000, which seems unrealistic, because that's the hardest.
There was this one to hit. There was this kid on YouTube way back in the day, or I don't know, several years ago, who he got 100 subscribers, and to celebrate it, he camped out in the snow overnight.
Yikes!
For
oh my
100
god,
subscribers. That video blew
People
up.
will do wild shit. Like, maybe I'm not putting in my
I
grind.
just got 100 subscribers, so I'm gonna camp out in the snow in a tent.
I mean, Prawn,
winter.
and it's almost connects with like the Lolcow stuff, where it's like Prawn does that too, where it's like, I'm gonna eat the hottest pepper and puke.
But this kid was so happy to get 100 subs that he wasn't expecting his celebration video to blow up like that, though.
Oh, that's cute though.
Yeah, we're still.
He's preparing for a multiple day thing, but he said he's not going home. Where is he going?
Excuse me.
Okay, he is preparing for a multiple.
Wait, he's
day.
interacting with someone.
Can you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel? I can't let you guys through until you subscribe to my YouTube.
I have an intrusive thought, and I want to run the code over.
I have an intrusive thought.
Oh.
I was sure.
Wait, I want her sub.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get her out. Get her out. Get her out. Get her out.
That's the energy.
Get her out.
That intrusive thought is what the fuck.
Everyone say get. Hurry before he loses her.
Yeah. That's my YouTube channel.
I'll sub. I'm famous.
I can't let you guys through until you subscribe.
And Ruby. Ruby.
No. I mean, like from here. Or you got.
You're the first one.
Look at them. They hate that shit. They hate these hoes, dude. These hoes, they don't even like that.
They love this. They're like, that was so weird. He was just like asking for subscribers. I liked her intrusive thought comment. That made me want to get on board.
That was good. But these girls are like door. They
She's just
changed
like,
the
I want to
door.
run him over.
Yeah.
Do you want to run over?
Boom.
The cones? Go for it.
Oh, I would still want to run over cones.
Oh, she did.
Oh, it's like stuck under her car. I think.
You ain't getting it.
I'll move it.
Get her at, dude.
Where are they in an alley? Where are they at? In Baltimore?
Dude,
God.
I'm
He's
okay.
gonna-
I'm unsubbing. I'm
He's gonna-
unsubbing. If
He's
you
gonna
don't
get them in trouble.
the at.
He's gonna get those chicks in trouble.
Yeah, true. Well, she did it.
Not true. It was weird though.
What is
Stephen
he?
David.
Is he hiding? Oh my god, my texts are just going through like an hour later. Oh my god.
Stop.
Stop that.
Could you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel?
Oh, they're all hot.
I can't let you guys through until you subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Dude, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my way, dude. Oh.
Depends on my mood.
It's
How I would
mood.
respond,
It's
probably.
definite mood. If I was heated, I would make him like jerk me off before he'd even get my fucking look at me. I would make him fuck me before he looked at me. It's like,
you can't go through
because no, I'm being dead serious, guys. Can we not? Because women can get away with that bullshit every day. Women cannot get a sub at all unless they look good. But dudes can just walk up to your fucking
I mean, ugly bitches can do that
Can be
too.
like this. Give me a sub, or you fucking look at me, and I'd look at him. I go, bitch, are you fucking? What do you mean, you fucking pussy? Fuck me before I love you. I'm being dead serious. Am I yelling? Can anyone hear what the fuck I'm saying?
Yes,
This is crazy.
Are you
This
saying
is
you want to
crazy.
fuck him? Do you want
This
to
is
fuck him?
bullshit. All
Do
you
you want to
fucking
fuck him?
dorks, all
Do
you dorky
you
men
want to?
cannot walk around asking dogs to fucking get your sub up. You can't do it,
Dogs?
dude.
Is that what you think of those young women? Dogs?
No, a dog is a Darius, a Princess, all these other
Oh,
ugly
like
dorks.
DAWGZ. Dogs.
Yeah, they're ugly bros. They're ugly. But they're fucking, let me talk for a half a second. A bitch can walk around and have her like little pussy out and do a little TikTok video and they look good, right? She can have her Nike Pros on and get that. And I want to know why I get that. Okay, but no dude can come around talking to Tommy King and fucking be like this. Give me a fucking thing, or I'm gonna bash my window. I will stand up and break his fucking shin and say, "Motherfucker, subscribe to me, dummy." And it's just done.
I'm telling
I'm
him.
so done with this. That's dumb.
I'm telling
and that was
him.
gay. I'm so sorry. I'm so pissed. I'm triggered. Let's go.
I'm telling him to come on Celebrity Sunday. I wouldn't even know how to make that happen, really. I don't know how their stream works, but
do you understand what I'm
you
saying?
better
Like,
not run
woman,
away like a bitch.
Yeah.
A dude walk up to my window, dude. If I'm riding my
sub
truck,
to my channel,
trying
dude.
to get a case of beer, and some dudes act like a weirdo, I'll step
Putting
up
cones?
my pickup and knock his fucking head off.
Yeah. Putting cones in front of your vehicle and shit.
Yeah, dude. Like you're not gonna talk to me, you dummy. Especially if he looks like a little fairy, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, get out of here, you fairy. Fuck, I'm mad now, dude. I'm mad now. I didn't even mean for make this to happen.
No.
I was just-
Stay mad because I invited them for the confrontation for the spice.
What do you mean? I just want to eat some pineapple. I want to
Ooh,
eat.
that sounds good.
Yes.
I'm stopping traffic.
Wait, let's see if
I'm
they
making people
responded
subscribe
to
my
He would never
the
step in front of my
threats they
pickup.
made.
I don't move.
He'd never do it.
I don't know if the threats went through.
And Robbie, get her at. I'm subbing if you don't get
Did
that.
you hear Tommy return to your center? Thank you.
Dude, that was my
Stephen-
comment.
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry. I was distracted. Wait, say it again.
I would beat him up, dude. I would beat him up, dude.
Dude, that was a girl with her father.
Oops. Well, hasn't
It
stopped
pisses
Tommy
me off-
before.
It pisses me off that they think that they could do that to a real like motherfucker, dude. It's irritating that Darius or Princess. Oh fucking! I will kick you through my window, dude. Are you kidding me?
Foreman?
It's a bad thing though when I run under here.
Kiss my.
I think I lose connection.
Don't you do that? Don't do it, Ruby. Ruby, that's my ass.
Stuck on my
That's my ass.
These are pretty funny.
Ruby, you can't
That's what
do that.
And
oh my God. So Ruby, there was this crazy thing said in chat the other day. Can I tell you this? Can you hear me? Can you hear me real quick? Ruby.
Oops.
Okay, this is gonna get bad. This is gonna be it. Ruby, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I flirted with you, right? And everyone says, don't flirt with fucking Ruby. She's incel. She's incel. And I go, I'm the fucking biggest incel.
Well, no, like, I'm not incel. I got option. I'm volcel.
Yeah, okay, same thing. Yeah, like I don't like pussy, but when pussy like slips around, I'll slip on that thing.
Yeah, why are we talking about pussy?
Because I had a crush. Ruby, you looked so hot the other day. And I told everybody, and they went like this, Tommy, fucking say something to her. She goes,
well,
she's selling. And then I think and why I'm telling you this is because you and I have a good relationship. And we are.
You are currently unbanned, yes.
But we are. We've been friends. And so I never thought of flirting with you. I've never thought of flirting with you. I've never thought of flirting with you.
I'm volcel.
I know, and I'm incel too. Ruby, you look so horny the other day. That
was inaccurate.
When you were in the red Jeep, bumping Genuine.
That wasn't horny.
Yes, you were.
We can roll the clip. There was nothing horny about it. It was very wholesome.
Do you know what I'm talking about? When you were bumping in that fucking red Jeep?
Yeah. Well, it was whatever. I don't need to
I went like this in my brain. I went like this. I would date Ruby in that whatever you were doing in that time period. I go, she is so gushy.
If you want me to remove the con.
Ew, no, I was pushing my soul with life and feeling like, but no, I wasn't thinking like
you were horny.
Nope.
You look sexy. Can I say this? You look beautiful.
Looking sexy doesn't mean
beautiful.
Horny.
You look beautiful. Can I say that?
I appreciate the compliment.
I liked it. I liked the way you
Ruby had to correct him. We're not on good terms. We're just unbanned. Well, I'd say we are on good terms, but not that good.
Yes, it's the total.
Considering it's only been like a week.
In that fucking red Uber, her pussy was so wet. She was
okay. Ew, no, it's officially illegal to say the P word in the same sentence as the R word.
Watch it on your face the whole stream. You look
okay,
pretty.
Now, all right, we will roll the clip because this is the proof you are crazy.
I can watch it on your face. You were ready for a man before you even walked into that red vehicle. You were like you exuded it off you. You looked beautiful.
I was just like in a vibe. I was vibing. You know, I was having like a nice little day, but it doesn't mean I want to like mate. Doesn't mean I want to like.
You definitely did. And when you got in that thing and that bass hit, I was like this. Fuck, dog. You got me. I've never been turned on by you. Right? Like I like you a lot, but you hit a vibe on that. And
where was that stream?
Now I say it. But
where was that stream? I don't even remember where it was, but I think I clipped it in RUBYLAND, so I think it's in here. My superior decision making. I think that's part of the
actually.
Oh yeah, because that was an epic
I was thinking
car ride. He like blasted his music,
but a couple years ago,
right.
pretty bad.
This?
Yeah, some people take it. I mean, hopefully I'll stick with it. This is my methadone clinic, so that's where we're going
here. This song too.
So she's still kind of sick.
Right when
I love this song.
Just because.
Yep. Watch the song. You can watch it on your face.
What about that is horny?
I
this
know.
Is me right here, I'm like about to go to my doctor. I'm not thinking
No,
about
you-
sex.
And then know what you did? No,
Yeah,
you did
yeah,
that
thank you
to
so
make
much.
me
That
let
was
you know
a
they were
fun
horny.
little drive over.
Stop. I will tell you guys what she did. She then overexposed her fucking doctor appointment. She then goes, I used to do drugs over here. She did that move that
Oh,
shows
yeah.
that she was very vulnerable. She was very vulnerable and fucking
I always keep it vulnerable, dog. I
yeah.
always keep it vulnerable,
And
dog.
then right when you felt the most, you go like this, and then you were like this. I fucking bought drugs everywhere in this town. I'm a super slut. Like you said this, and the guy go, and you went like this. Why do I overshare?
Whoa, now you're
You
inventing.
said this. Why do I
at no,
overshare?
can I just clarify? I at no point said I'm a super slut.
But you know
But
what
I
I
did
meant.
say
I didn't
you-
mean it that. Okay,
You
so
wrote
then
that in.
you go, I overshare.
This is your own little neurolinguistic programming
Whatever.
of
I
your
heard you
psychotic.
when I watched you, and I loved it. It was my favorite Ruby. It was my favorite Ruby.
It was a popular stream, and I decided to use it for the RUBYLAND because it was a fun
It
little
was
day.
super hot. It
and
was
then
super
it was
hot,
LOL
and I was super
Angels.
vulnerable at the same time. Is the worst part. I was super vulnerable at the same time. So sometimes when I watch you and your sisters on streams, I do fall in like love with you girls. And so there's like certain times when you
Shouldn't
ladies
have like
do.
love, but I understand like you know
Stop.
you
Can I
can have
talk?
attachment and
Yeah.
okay,
So
but
sometimes when
I
you
have to be
bitches do
weary
that
'cause
shit, it
I have
does turn me
another
on. And
psychic
Ruby, you had
stalker.
me lit when you did that. I was like this bitch is so funny and so attractive. You were so vulnerable. It was a great vulnerable moment. And it was sexy. It was sexy.
I try
You
to
were a
keep it
beautiful
100.
woman.
Try to keep it 100.
So that's
All
why I
right,
know
what was
that
last
you
week
are.
was when
That's
did
why
I
I know
make
you
this
are.
RUBYLAND? Was this the last episode of
Ruby, you're
Angels?
ready for a new boyfriend. Ruby, can Tommy King be your boyfriend?
Nope. Well, I will share. Let me just let you cool off for a moment. Let the heat cool down. Because I can shout out my shit right now. I did do another episode of RUBYLAND, which is just what I'm calling my periodic edited vlog series. And on it, we went to the methadone clinic. It was a very fun little Uber trip. And then I cut some clips from our episode of LOL Angels, which was really good. But there was an incident that was quite upsetting. And I can cut to that part too, so we can review it instead of me just explaining it. But we had a beautiful time. I even made a poem. Here's the poem I did. Draw these like heart people that had like, it was just like a heart with like arms and we like, put legs. The effort in. We were on it.
Perfect.
But unfortunately,
And even my advice like would still kind of be along the same line.
Some
King
people
was
say
there.
it's balls. Some people say it's good. I thought the video was good. I thought that there were some bits and pieces though, for sure. So maybe the doctor is in the building. Let's
and you
get it.
get braver as you like build. Like I used to have like terrible stage fright. Then I did music, and that loosened me up to that, etc.
Yep. All it takes is one
Oh, here
time.
it is. Hold up. Wait.
Nasty ass fucking porn
Oh.
bots. I don't. What the fuck? I'm about to ban.
I think
Yep. All it takes is one time. Once you kind of break the
Just let
ice,
it
you kind of get into a habit. It's just like doing streaming YouTube.
What we're doing right now. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I was.
And God, just ourselves.
Right.
Can I?
I mean, that's my topic. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Real quick before that happens. I didn't
my
see
hand was
that.
on that button, jackass. Grimace, you're so
Grimace.
banned. Fuck
That
you.
was Grimace. I
And
didn't see what
Grimace,
he
you're
did.
banned from my channel too, because not did you really just do that when people
Great.
know how I feel
Whipped
about
out his dick.
Was it that bad?
I see his
Yeah.
dick.
Hold on, I'll be back. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm about to.
Lo never like nothing ever really gets her to like she didn't even like freak out. She didn't never actually freaks out, but she was obviously really upset by that. King, I'll welcome you back to the stage. I hope you got to rub one out. You're acting normal. We have the clarity happening. What did you think of that moment? And what do you think of Grimace? Do you think he's innocent? What's your take?
Yeah, my God, my take is this. I can't barely tell if I'm on stage or not right now. I can see I'm on
You
stage.
are on stage. You are a star.
My gosh, is this on right now? I look like this. Ruby, when you see a man like me, you do remember that you still got it like that, right? So either way, I can't
Grimace
even
deserves a fair
remember
trial.
the Grimace night. What night was that? Was that on Friday?
We can.
night?
I'll replay it. You were
Wednesday
on stage when it happened.
Yeah, I didn't remember that happened like that. That
Yeah,
was
you were
great.
literally up there when it happened. But
That
I
was
exited
great.
out so quick because I
Yeah.
was concerned because they, you know, I recognized the name. I knew they were like a trolly person. If it is in
Well,
fact
he's a
them,
good. I thought he was a good guy.
he's
I thought
showing
he
his dick to Grace. So we already know he likes flashing his dick
Okay.
to fucked
don't-
up bitches on the internet.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of the. If these dudes do that, I feel bullshit when I like stick up for these gentlemen, but I don't
But
know. A
why
lot of
didn't
them
he
never.
prove
I'm
his
not
innocence?
homies. I'm not homies with the ones that like kind of like fuck with Grace. Like they might consider me a gentleman, or they like will say that TK is okay, but I'm not buddies with them. Like, and it was rude to Grace or you. I'm not really buddies with them. So I
Well,
don't
and
know.
like
Yeah.
Lo especially, she doesn't, you know, she's.
Yeah, I don't.
I've
So,
seen it. I
so it
see it
hurts
with
my
webcam
feelings
model.
with
It
her.
doesn't faze me that much.
Yeah.
But and I got it before it was on the. You can't see it on the screen, but when they were backstage, is when the dick like fully came out. So me and Lo saw it, but I don't think the stream saw it or whatever. It
Yeah,
wasn't Grimace.
It irritates me.
I
It irritates me
remember when.
how
Yeah,
pissed-
I know that anyone can change their name, but why would someone frame Grimace of all
Yeah.
people? He's like a random chatter.
Yeah.
What if it was
That's
Ben?
what I
part
said too. I was like this. They could have picked
invented.
Dan or I or
And he
fucking
didn't prove his
anybody.
innocence by coming up and showing his kitchen floor. He could have proved his innocence like that backstage to just me and Lo for us to see it. He could have, but he did not. So
What if it
that
was
is
Ben?
hard for me to understand.
What if it was Ben
Also,
pretending to be
comment in the
Grimace?
house, comment who got me tickets to see this group.
What group?
You know I'm not talking cash. Got a thing that's only mine. And I want your eyes go green. I can feel your jealousy. Up here in the sky, sky. Oh, look at me. I woke up feeling like a billionaire. World is mine, yeah, life is so unfair. Money don't compare. I got some.
That is who I'm seeing. It's Baby Monster. They're like my top K-pop group right now. I'm so excited because my B-Day plans to see aespa fell through, but it just so happened that Baby Monster is playing this same month at the Prudential Center. And so I got tickets and I just have to pay for the Airbnb, but I already have like $100 towards the Airbnb. So not Airbnb. I'm going to go with a hotel. I'm just going to get a hotel. I think it's like $150 after the fees. I can see why Ruby likes that, but I'm going to be streaming it too. So it's going to be like a chat experience and it'll be a whole fun fucking IRL adventure.
You
And
going with
it'll be just
anyone?
us.
Like taking one of your friends or?
No.
Oh,
Well, because my friends don't,
yeah.
they would have to want to go see Baby Monster enough to spend like $600, you know? So the people that were gonna do it like backed out just from their deal from travel. They couldn't do it. And then my other friend, she works like full time and she's not a stan of this particular group. So I didn't think that she would want to do it. And then if I brought a friend, none of them like streaming. You know, the ones that were open to it, I brought on Thorpe TV and that totally ruined that whole, access point. They just don't want to stream at all now, which I am glad there's some boundaries, in my personal life around that. So that's good. But I don't know. I'm totally fine going to the concert just alone. I'm fine going around with chat. Honestly, I prefer doing a lot of stuff alone. Like it's just a lot easier. I can go on my own schedule, my own pace. And it'll be fun live streaming it. And I'll be surrounded by my people. Okay, the Baby Monster fans, the K-pop fans, we are one. Trust me. I'm sure I will make friends instantly with everyone in the crowd. And even Baby Monster will be cheering my name by the end of the show, is what I think.
YouTube. What we're doing right now. That's kind of what I was.
And God, just ourselves.
right?
Can I
mean, that's my topic. Yeah. Yeah.
Come
real quick before that happens? I didn't
My
hear
hand was
that.
on that button, jackass. Grimace, you're so
Grimace.
banned. Fuck
That
you.
was Grimace. I
And
didn't see what
Grimace,
he
you're
did.
banned from my channel too because neither
Dude,
did you
that'd
really
be so
just do that
fun
with people
Wait.
know.
if Lo went, but I don't think Lo likes K-pop. The thing is, a lot of people don't like K-pop, so there's like several hoops to jump through: the financial hoop, the like loving K-pop hoop, and then the travel loop, the hotel loop. So there's only I have a couple friends I've gone to like K-pop shows with when the stars are aligned and we both have off work and we can both financially do it, but it's usually only a couple times a year. But there's K-pop shows like all the time, so it's, you know, I usually see like I don't know, maybe like 3 K-pop shows like a year has been what I've been doing since like for the last couple of years or whatever. I actually do go to Illinois sometimes because my mom is from that area. So I was in
Dude,
Chicago not that long ago.
man, if you do a Chicago meetup, I could definitely make that.
Yeah, I mean, if I went back to if I ever go back with family, that I would be open to doing some kind of meetup situation. I don't know. I am hungry, so I might just start wrapping it up.
I'm gonna check out that SNL 50. It's should be fun.
Yeah. Well, enjoy the SNL 50. What am I gonna do? I don't know. I have some things in mind. I do want to set up more IRL kind of like stuff. And then there's the K-pop thing happening. So lots going to be coming up, and LL Angels is going to be 6:30 this Wednesday, as always, with me and Lo. I haven't decided a topic yet, so I'm still welcome to input. I mean, I've been fixated on like manipulation and, you know, just like relationship, you know, it's like common themes, but whatever. We're going to narrow it down. We always do. So thanks everyone for tuning in for this like 80% train wreck of a show, but that's just how we do it. What is it? Yeah, I guess I'll do goodbye. I'm just gonna hit the end stream. I guess I don't have any other announcements. Join the Cash Apps, follow everything.
Dreams come true. Hi. People are gonna die.
He was looking. Dude, what?
Used to never end.
Do you need your email on Discord?
Who cares if
I get a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, people are gonna. What's the big deal? They're old anyway, right?